hard work pushing all that cattle up into that high country.
That water sure does look good, too. Can't hardly wait to wash off some of this grit.
Careful, little Joe. That's the closest you've come to taking a bath in months. Who are you?
Never mind who I am. Just get off my land.
Your land? Now, what are you talking about, mister?
You know what I'm talking about. You ain't deef, are you?
No, we ain't deef, but are you sure you ain't got just a little bit too much sunshine, old-timer?
Look, well, maybe you kind of got your directions mixed up.
All right, now, don't anybody move.
What do you want to go do a thing like that for, old-timer?
I know my rights. The law says that I can shoot trespassers on sight.
Look, you're on the Ponderosa.
I bought this land, mister, and there ain't nobody going to take it away from me.
What?
I don't want to kill anybody, but I will if you push me.
Nobody's trying to push you, mister, but what makes you think this land is yours?
I said I bought it. $25 hard money. I got the bill of sale to prove it.
I hereby sell you all the land between the east shore of Lake Tahoe and Sun Mountain for $25 cash. Signed, Henry T.P. Comstock.
Henry Comstock.
Old-timer, I guess you were just one of the many who were taken in by our dear friend, Mr. Comstock. I guess you didn't know him any too well, did you?
I don't have to know him. I got the bill of sale there to prove it.
A bill of sale? That old thief is selling the territory in Nevada if he could get away with it.
Looks like he did, too. You remember the first time we ever seen him, little Joe?
Oh, that wild-eyed old mule of his?
Yeah. That black stove pipe hat that made him look pious as a preacher.
You know how many men have draped this tree? 28 men and 1 woman. We figure to make it a nice round figure like 30. All right, let's get it over with.
Whoa, whoa! What the name of creation's your hurry? Mind if I have a last word with my friend?
Friend? You haven't got a friend within 50 miles of Hangtown. Lord, I'm ready whenever you say the word, but Lord, I hope you'll forgive me if I don't have time to tell these boys about the big new movement going on around here. What in thunder big movement you talking about?
Change the name of Hangtown to Placerville.
You boys hear of any such goings on around here?
Lord, looks like you left these boys up in the hills too long. You know the first law they passed was there'd be no more hangings within the city limits.
City limits, how far are they?
Clear to the top of the Sierra Nevada mountains.
That's a good 100 miles.
Mighty ambitious town, Placerville. Lord, you didn't tell these boys nothing. You didn't tell them there's mighty touchy people around here, too. Especially about any unnecessary hanging.
Hanging you is about the most necessary thing a hard rock miner could ever do. So we'll escort you the 100 miles over the Sierra Nevada and hang you there.
I thank you.
Because, Mr. Henry T.P. Comstock, you're about the crookedest, slimiest, most double-dealing, weaseling, lying, thieving, no-good claim jumper that ever hit the state of California.
4 hours. It took 4 hours to bring that thing down.
That isn't such a long time, little Joe. That one, it took 400 years for it to grow.
400 years. That was even before Columbus sailed out of Spain to discover America.
Hoss, there were trees that were living and growing in this forest. They were old when Christ pulled fish out of the Sea of Galilee.
Don't cut unless you plant.
That's right, Hoss. That's why we're here. Not just to take from the land, but to give.
Yes, sir.
Can you see it? 100 years from now, standing tall against the sky. Plant it, Adam.
Sure, Pa.
Well, little Ponderosa, see you around in a couple of 100 years when you're a big Ponderosa.
Thousands of people who one day will come to this land. Be mighty thankful for what we've done.
There's timber up there to build whole new cities. Launch fleets of ships.
Hear that, Hoss? Older brother Adam is planning to build that Yankee fleet of his again.
Yeah, well, it's gonna take a mite more water than we got hereabouts to float it in, little Joe.
Water? Oh, now, you don't think Adam is planning to sail his ships on just plain old water, do you?
I guess you two mountain boys haven't heard. Just so happens I'm planning on ships that sail across sand.
I remember walking across about 600 miles of it the last time Paul sent me to Salt Lake City to file them claim papers.
How would you like to be able to do it in under 3 days?
Oh, come on now. From here to Salt Lake City in 3 days? How you gonna do that? I think he's gonna fly through the air, or...
Maybe 2 days.
Oh, well, maybe one day.
You talking about a railroad, son?
I'd be talking about a railroad, Pa.
Dreams are mighty good things to have, son. You know what it takes to build a railroad?
Track. Track that runs across sand, round mountains, and over rivers. And track ain't nothing but a lot of rail and a bed of ties to lay it on.
You cut down all these wonderful trees to provide ties for a railroad?
I'd cut them down, Pa. And I'd put new ones in their place.
Hey, that sounds like a rifle shot.
On the California side.
Sounded to me like it come off the Ponderosa.
Dorothy, if you don't move fast, you're going to be key witness to a hanging.
So he thinks he can sneak away on that old mule.
Yeah, come on.
How do you feel about 4 men chasing 1 man on a mule?
Oh, maybe they have a reason for chasing him. I don't care for the odds.
We sure could improve him, Paul.
We sure could sweeten them up some at that, Paul.
Yeah, we better stop them, too, before they stir up the Paiutes.
Last time somebody stirred them up, 3 families of settlers paid for it with their lives. All right, boys, let's sweeten them.
Adam?
Yeah.
How far over you reckon them fellers are?
About a half a mile, maybe.
Yeah. It's just about what I figured.
Hey, Hoss, even with that Sharp's buffalo gun you got, you don't figure you can hit a target at half-mile distance.
You watch that feller's hat.
What the thunder was that? Dorothy, that shot come from the direction I thought it did. Ah.
Oh, let me see that little squirrel gun of yours for a minute.
Sure, Adam.
See that, Paul?
me, Comstock. He didn't even have a rifle.
Now, little Joe, what was all this talk about a half a mile?
But you want to try it, little Joe?
Yeah, I better.
You right sure now?
Well, I think I better if I want to stay living with this family. That's a mighty fine old gun you got there, Holmes.
Mighty good shooting.
Just the kind of thing any New Orleans boy learns to do by the time he learns to walk.
Take a crack at it, Paul.
Well, if I have to. Just to show you young whippersnappers.
Go ahead, you can't miss now.
Give me that rifle.
Mighty fine shooting, Paul.
We gotta get out of here, Heck. Them ain't men, they're devils. Where are they shooting from? That's what I want to know.
I don't know where it's coming from, but it's the best darn shooting I ever saw.
Good shooting, all right, but it's done by men like us, not devils.
Thank you for looking favorably in the countenance of this miserable sinner, Lord. I sure do appreciate it. I sure do. And to prove it, I won't lie or steal or ever jump any other fellow's claim again as long as I live. Strike me dead if I do, Lord. You strike me dead.
Heck, I don't like this place. Feels haunted to me. Why don't we go back to California?
Let's go back.
We only came here to get rid of that Comstock fella in the first place.
Not get rid of him, hang him. I promised myself to see that old thief hanged, and I mean to keep that promise.
Yeah, I think we scared those fellows off. They're heading back to California.
They are. Maybe they aren't.
Quite an exhibition of skill, my friends. Truly the best exhibition of the fine art of rifle shooting I've ever seen. Since the days of that esteemed gentleman, Quincy P. Strongheart. Yes, I can see it all just as though it were yesterday. My boyhood chum, Quincy P., raised at my side in sight of the stormy and treacherous waters of Lake Nipishama.
What in the tarnation you talking about, mister?
What'd you do to stir up all that excitement?
It's probably one of them claim jumpers they run out of California.
Lad, I beseech you, don't mention that evil place to me. I, Henry T.P. Comstock, who have roamed the four corners of the earth, have sailed every shore and coastline of the seven seas, never want to hear the name of that foul-sounding place again as long as I live.
Why were you run out?
I? You think I, Henry Comstock, was run out of California?
Run out and told never to come back. How many claims did you jump?
Did you hear that? Yeah, not you. Lord, right where I stand, if I, Henry Comstock, ever jumped, or even thought of jumping any other gold miner's claim, strike me dead. Not yet, Lord. I know I'm a miserable sinner, and certain things have been known to cling to my fingers, but I'm not ready yet, Lord, to meet the hellfires of retribution. Not yet, Lord. Not yet.
Hellfires of retribution, hear that, little Joe?
Well, I figure if a man's going to get religion, he might as well get it in a hurry.
Mr. Comstock, before your time is up, I think there's room for at least one good meal in there to help see you through that final journey.
Do my ears deceive me, or did I hear you mention food? Gentlemen, when do we eat? You too, Dorothy. Dorothy, food. Come. Gentlemen, I have feasted at the tables of kings and dined in the company of millionaires, but never, I repeat, never have I enjoyed such a meal as this.
This is Hop Sing's doing, Mr. Comstock. In all of your traveling, did you ever meet a finer cook?
My good man, worthy descendant of Confucius that you might be, I must compliment you on having acquired a skill and wizardry in the culinary arts unmatched in all this land.
He don't like the lip?
No, he likes him, Hop Sing.
Oh, very good. I bring more. Got plenty more.
Yeah, you do that, Hop Sing. You do that.
Mr. Comstock, do you have any late news of my good friend Captain John Sutter?
Sir, you're referring to Captain John Sutter of the Sacramento Valley?
Are there any other Captain John Sutters?
Well, the poor man, he's a cause of sadness and melancholy to all of his friends.
What's the matter? Is he getting worse?
Not only getting worse, he's almost gone, as has his mind. Young man, pass that plate of sweet corn, please.
You mean you're still hungry?
I haven't seen corn as smooth and golden as this since I was a boy on the shores of Lake Semihuchi.
I thought you said over on the mountain, Lake Nipishama.
Nipishama one side, Semihuchi on the other. Lots of lake in that neck of the woods.
Well, just what neck of the woods was that?
You boys familiar with foreign lands?
No. We've never been out of the country. Why?
Oh, it's a shame that you can't know too much about wonderful country of my childhood, Canada.
Oh, well, this Napatchki and Skauchi Hiwachi, whatever you call it. Are they in Canada?
On the other side of the Frangatang Mountains.
Mr. Comstock, what about my friend Captain Sutter?
Poor man. It's a pity to what's happened to him. You wouldn't recognize him anymore.
How bad is he, Mr. Comstock?
Not just one more? Just a small one?
Later. In fact, I think we've all had enough to eat for now. Hop Sing?
Yes, Mr. Cartwright. You like a dinner?
Yes, dinner was very good, Hop Sing, very good.
Very good, Hop Sing, and I do thank you.
Very good.
We'll have a coffee in here.
Yes, Mr. Cartwright.
Mr. Comstock? Brandy?
Yes, don't mind if I do. Thank you, sir. You're very kind. Nice little place you got here. Reminds me of the time I was the guest of Queen Victoria at Buckingham Palace.
I'll ride on down to the sawmill, Paul. Have him bring those trees in we cut down.
Fine, Adam, fine. Oh, Adam, do you need any help?
Well, come to think of it, we are a little short-handed. How would you like to work for us, Mr. Comstock? We pay good money, $1 American a day.
Work? What kind of work is that?
Oh, hauling, cutting timber. Good, healthy outdoor work from sun up to sundown.
Sun up? Oh, I'm afraid that's not the kind of work I do.
Just what kind of work do you do, Mr. Comstock? I'd be real anxious to know.
Yeah, well, I'm a merchant. Yes, that's what I am, a merchant.
Oh, a merchant?
Yeah. Sometimes I buy, sometimes I sell. It all depends on the state of business, among other things. Very good health, sir.
Among other things, Mr. Comstock, do you ever indulge in something called panning for gold?
You mean you folks don't cotton to folks who pan for gold?
I told you I planted the first field of grain with John Sutter in the Valley of the Sacramento. Together we planted those hillsides with vines, with fruit-bearing trees. You know what they did to that land, those locusts, those ravagers who answered the cry of gold in California? They tore out those vines. They chopped down those trees. They trampled that wheat. Is it any wonder that John Sutter sits on his porch now, staring into the sun by the hour, recognizing no one, seeing nothing?
You know about him, don't you?
I know all about him. And that's why I came to the Ponderosa, my sons and I. And that's why I made my vow that never would these 1,000 square miles of God-made country be delivered into the hands of those spoilers, those destroyers. Mr. Comstock, if I so much as see a man digging for gold anywhere on my land, I'll shoot him at sight.
Gold? You don't mean there's gold up here in western Utah, do you?
Well, that's what we keep telling those fellers over at Washoe Diggings, Mr. Comstock, that they're just wasting their time. There ain't enough gold over there to fool with.
Hey, you think they'd listen to us? I don't know what there is about a gold miner. I think they must be 3/4 loco and the other 4 stupid.
You said they found gold?
What I said was that they didn't hardly find enough to fool with.
Yeah, they pan all day, come up with just about enough to buy themselves a bottle of whiskey.
Now, if you were a whiskey merchant, Mr. Comstock, you should do rather well down at Washoe.
Washoe. That's the name of the place, huh? Washoe.
That's what they call it. 20 miles due east of the Ponderosa. Where are you going, Mr. Comstock?
Dinner was fine, gentlemen. I hate to rush, but duty calls.
Duty? What kind of duty?
Those miners at Washoe. They're just waiting to buy and sell. Farewell, gentlemen.
fool. The gold-crazed fool.
Paul. Maybe I ought to follow him. Those fellas from California might still be after him, be trying to kill him.
Probably for good cause, Hoss. Now, I thought you worried about four-legged animals.
Well, I reckon he's sort of like a four-legged animal himself. You might say like a jackass.
Hey, can I go too, Pa? Every Saturday night there's a dance on a Dutch piece at the Diggins.
A dance? Or do they have any women to dance with?
Yeah, they got 2 or 3. They're pretty big, so some gals that do the miners' washing.
You ought to see them, Paul. They're big and raw bones as Texas steers, but they can dance.
Well, Western Utah's grown up. All right, Hoss, you go after our friend the fool, and little Joe, and you go up the Dutch Beats to your dance. Adam, what about you? What do you want?
Hey, come on with us, Adam.
No, I don't want anything, Pa. I got work to do. But, little Joe, I might just drop by and take a look at one of those big raw-bone women.
Hey, why don't you do that, Adam? As a matter of fact, I'll save one for you. The biggest and rawest of the bunch.
Yes, I bet you will.
Boy, I sure would like to surprise him with a pretty little gal.
There ain't no pretty gals in 100 miles here, little Joe.
Hey, but I'm just thinking about one. Just one.
Paul, you sure his ma wasn't part jackrabbit?
Hoss, his ma was all woman. So was Adam's. So was yours. They left me sons, boy. They left me sons.
Rich man, poor man, beggar man, thief. Which one do you think he is, Hoss?
I reckon he's most likely been nearly all of them at one time or another, little Joe.
Still think those fellas from California might be after him?
I don't know. But if they are, he's gonna need some mighty fast help.
Yeah, maybe so. But I got a real strange feeling that old crowbait can take care of just about anything that comes along.
Eat hearty.
I guess the good Lord watches over fools and little children.
Well, just in case the good Lord forgets for a minute, I think I better trail along after him and keep an eye peeled for trouble. I'll see you at the Diggins tonight. You be sure and save me some of that tarantula juice, you hear?
Now, when I get to the Diggins, I ain't gonna have time for any tarantula juice.
You stay out of that Paiute country. You remember what Paul said about stirring them up?
Hoss, what the heck would I want with any old Paiute?
Comstock, did you hurt yourself?
Nothing up at my boy, nothing at all. We Comstocks are made of steel. Yes, I can remember my grandpappy at the ripe age of 93. Chewing iron bars and spitting out nails.
Yeah, I reckon you're all right at that. On the way you fell back there, I could have sworn you broke something.
Son, you're looking at a man who did break something. He's linked with the past. How long has all this been going on?
Well, feller's been fooling around these mountains for years. Digging up one side and then down the other. Fighting that blue stuff over there, they call it.
Blue stuff? Never heard of it. What's that?
Well, I don't reckon anybody rightly knows. Something that gums up something fierce. Makes it hard to get at the gold.
Gold. Yeah, the gold. Like the sound of that word, son. It's like music to my ears. Yes, sir. From now on, I intend to confine all my valuable time to the Comstock lode.
The Comstock lode? What's that?
Everything that meets the eye, son. Everything that meets the eye.
You just got here. How can you even think about naming all this after yourself when you only just got here?
Son, that just goes to show you how wrong a man can be. Because I got the feeling that I've been here practically all of my life. Greetings, gentlemen. Henry T.P. Comstock brings you greetings and salutations. Did you gentlemen file a legal claim for this particular piece of land?
Legal claim? Now, what kind of a question is that?
That's a simple enough question, friend. You didn't file a claim, you're trespassing on my property. I'm requesting you to move on.
Oh, Mr. Comstock, you can't do a thing like that. You only just got here.
Son, the law's the law. The law says if a man don't file a claim, he ain't got any more right than a tinker.
Now, you wait a minute. You just wait a minute. We filed a claim more than a month ago. Up at Dutch Pete's, we did it.
Dutch Pete's? Sounds like a purveyor of the old evil eye. Now, if you file this claim in a legal-like courthouse...
Dutch Pete's legal-like courthouse is good enough for us, mister. And give me back that pan. Blue stuff. Work and shake all day. Got nothing to show for it but this damn blue stuff.
Is this a private conversation, friend, or could you use a little company?
Where'd you come from?
I'll ask the questions, friend. How big a claim you got here?
Clear to the head of the mountain. And all of it ain't words.
Don't say it, friend. Think it, but don't say it. Quite a good-sized claim. How much gold?
Gold? Say gold? I tell you, mister, there ain't nothing around here but this dang blue stuff.
Loud. How'd you like to have yourself a partner?
Partner? In what?
Your claim, friend. Clear to the top of the mountain. Tell you what I'll do. I'll give you $17 American.
$17? But I tell you, mister, all this dang blue stuff ain't worth a nickel.
$17, my good man. It's my final offer.
Well, I'll take it, mister. Mister, you just bought yourself into half of this claim. $17, huh? Wait till I tell this to the boys at Dutch Pete's tonight.
Partner, there's something else you're going to do at Dutch Pete's tonight, too. Now, at properly arranged time. I want you to break... You follow me, friend? Close.
Brave man. You ride into Paiute village alone.
Chief Winnemucca, I believe you know my father, Ben Cartwright.
I know, Father.
I think you know me, too, and my brothers, Horace and Adam. Matter of fact, Chief, didn't you trade Pa this pinto pony for a buffalo gun?
You from high up on mountain. Why you come here?
Well, I brought you a little present, Chief. Pretty nice color, would you say?
You bring this for me?
Well, not exactly. It's for your daughter.
When you see Saratucci?
It was just a little while back down at the river. She's taking a bath. And now, hold it, Chief. She's more than a mile away. Just one of many women.
The knife. other women much big? Plenty fat?
Yeah, well, I wouldn't know, Chief. I didn't look at the other women. And what about this material? Got it from a peddler across the mountains from Sacramento. Said it was genuine silk.
Not very strong, not much good.
Yeah, well, Chief, it's for a dress, not a horse blanket.
Saratucci!
Now you look like a real princess, man. What do you think, Chief? Sure fine tasting meat, Chief. What is it?
Rattlesnake.
It's really very good.
We have a lot. You eat more.
Well, no thanks, Chief. I'm not a very big eater. How about showing me that Appaloosa horse you were trying to sell me?
I bring horse. You eat more. Very good.
Yeah, sure, Chief. Oh, please, no thank you, ma'am. I'm not a very big eater. Hey, you know how to make this into a dress? Into a dress? Yeah, look. See, see what I mean here? Now, yeah, well, look, now, it doesn't look too good on me. Look, you try it. Sort of, yeah, you do it. That's it. That's... Yeah. Hey, you're getting the idea, Princess. Yeah, that looks nice. Hey, now, listen, there's a dance down at the Washoe Diggings. A dance? You don't know dance? Look, a dance. Dance, dance, dance. There, you know? You like to dance? Yeah, well, good, so do I. Now, listen, don't tell Chiefy, all right? Yeah, good, because he'd scalp me if he knew what I had in mind. Now, you meet me where the river meets the meadow. Just beyond the waterfall. Then, Princess, you and I are gonna have ourselves a dance. Ah. Chief, that's what I call a horse.
Young way round, here we go, walk on, heel on your toes. All the way back, swing that gal, everybody swing. Now, what to do. Now, ladies, consider, pull a little bit from the outside, and ladies go right, gentlemen go left.
Oh, howling snakes and ringtail screamers. That's what I call a real hunk of woman.
Hey, come little Joe Brown to the party.
Innkeeper, bring me one of those. Never mind.
Young fella, I come from Virginia, which, as you can no doubt hear, is a pretty well-known fact hereabouts.
You drunken coat! You don't even know where Virginia is!
The Old Dominion, sir, the fairest of all the 35 states. Land where I was born, sir. Born and bred.
And been soaking up to your teeth in corn liquor ever since.
I know you're from Virginia.
The Old Dominion, sir, the fairest
You
place
wouldn't say that, friend. You ever seen the sunset on Lake Tomahawker? Oh, that's the prettiest lake. Where'd you get the girl, son?
The girl?
Hey, she's a real looker.
Oh, Princess Sarah. Gentlemen. Gentlemen and ladies. I'd like to present to you the Princess Saratucci, Princess Sarah for short, daughter of Chief Winnemucca, of our friendly neighbors, the Paiutes.
Sir? Do I understand you to mean you were reckless enough to take this Paiute gal away from her kinfolk and bring her here?
Excuse me, I just remembered I ordered a drink. Paiute's a silly young fool. Innkeeper, give me a... No, never mind.
Remember what Paul said about him stirring up them Paiutes?
Little brother, what you mean about stirring up the Paiutes, and what I mean about stirring up the Paiutes, is two entirely different stirring ups. Princess, may I have the next dance? Pardon me, ma'am.
Hi, everybody. Grab your partner. We're gonna do the Virginia Reel.
Now forward again, left elbow swing all the way back, place again. Forward,
in the bed, Brand. Chicken up dough. And a do-she-do.
See what I mean, little Joe? Fat one, use a skunk.
Hey, Comstock's right. See the look here, boy. Of course, I prefer them wider in the tuna and broader in the beef.
Comstock, you like a dance?
Dance? Yeah. Oh, dance, yes. Well, I'll tell you, Hoss, I hurt my leg in the war at Lake Montego.
Well, how about one with me?
Yeah. Oh, with you? Oh, well, that's different. Excuse us.
Yeah, let her go, Hoss.
Son, I'll trade you Jenny here and throw in 5 ounces of gold dust. Anytime you want to switch partners.
Princess, you sure are beautiful. No, you really are. I don't know if this has ever happened to you before, man, but you're so darn pretty.
You take Salatucci away.
Well, I didn't exactly take her away, Chief. I just asked her to go to a dance with me.
What you do? You call this dance?
I guess I did get a little carried away, Chief, but she's a mighty pretty girl.
She Paiute girl. She marry him. Lean knife.
Ah, congratulations, friend. Haven't been to a wedding for a long time. You know, I had an uncle once, Uncle Jonah. Not the one that got himself swallowed by the whale. No, sir, he's a different fellow entirely. He's my mother's brother. One that never did a day's lick of work in his life. Did manage to get himself married, though. 7 different times.
Mr. Comstock.
Yeah?
I think you've done enough talking for one night.
Well, I ain't had a chance to kiss the bride yet.
My sons seek no trouble with the Paiutes, Chief Winnemucca. That one is young, foolish. He will be punished if he's done anything wrong. But he will be punished by me, not by anyone else.
He is your son.
Yes, Chief. And she is your daughter. Take her home.
You know, the thing I like about you younger brothers, you don't care how big a mess you get yourself into as long as someone else gets you out of it.
Yeah, well, you know something, older brother? I just knew you'd be here in time.
Just in time to march you back home. Now get.
Now, wait a minute, Paul. We can't go yet. Adam here ain't even had a dance. Now, where'd that old big fat gal go to?
Why, you horse-faced, spindle-legged old sidewinders said I was the one buying the lady a drink.
Next time I want a bath, friend, I'll arrange to have you talk at me. Innkeeper, pour this young lady a shot.
Don't you touch that, ma'am. That stuff will poison you. Bartender, pour the little lady a drink of your best whiskey, the kind that we drink down in Virginia.
My dear young lady, I've traveled the four corners of the earth, sailed the seven seas. I'm here to tell you the swill they drink in Virginia will rot a skunk's gut.
Now, that's what I like about you. You sure drink whiskey like a lady. Adah, I know she's a little bit on the heavy side, but every bit of her sure can dance. Fiddler, this is Saturday night. Let's have a little music.
A ledge 50 foot wide, a solid ledge of gold.
Raise a bonanza! Where, Pike? Where? Pike! We're your friends and we tell you where it is.
Up 6 Mile Canyon, head of the mountain, you dance.
Let's go!
Where you think? I'm rich, boys. I'm rich. I'm rich. You know what that means, boys? I'm rich.
Listen to me, man. Listen to me. Thank you.
Well, hurry up. What's on your mind?
Just this. I hate to break your hearts, but all that gold out there, all that big strike, that's all on my land. Every bit of it's on my land.
Your land?
Yeah.
When did you stake a claim to it?
This afternoon, friend. Ask my partner there, Mr. Pike. We're gonna call it the Comstock Lode.
Is that true, Pike? You sell this old horse thief part of your claim?
Now, wait a minute. Show you what kind of a guy Henry T.P. Comstock is. I'm gonna cut each and every one of you in on a fabulous Comstock load for $100 a piece American. Cash on the barrelhead. All right, friend, it's all right.
But it's gold. I really found gold.
Here, friend, we'll talk about it later.
It's gold, can't you see? It's gold.
Yes, Pike, it is gold. It's really gold.
It's the richest I've ever seen in here. I just given it away.
I didn't know. I didn't know.
Anybody want his money back? I'll give anyone double the money. Just say the word.
You want it all for yourself, you old money grabber.
Now we want to be rich too. Now you hear? Now you get out of the way.
Follow me, men. I'll show you where the richest part is.
Don't forget the best friend and partner you ever had.
Yeah.
Let me, Pike, wait for you.
Yeah, I'll wait for all the Jimmy.
Just so it won't be a total loss, I hereby baptize this place Virginia!
That's not the way to do it, boys.
Oh, shut up, you old
No,
hardliner.
this is going to be a great place someday. Fortunes will be made here. We'll make fortunes so great we're going to need help counting our money. So it ought to have a fitting name. Shouldn't just call it Virginia. We ought to call it, Virginia City.
Hey, look who just showed up.
Did you hear him? They found gold.
Yeah, I hear him.
Those are guys after Mr. Comstock.
They're not even thinking of Henry Comstock now. They're thinking of only one thing: gold. suit of men.
You don't even feel like going with them.
So do I, Little Joe. It's funny what gold do to a man, ain't it?
I saw what it did to John Sutter's dream in the Valley of Sacramento. Let's go. Well, there you have it. The story of Henry T.P. Comstock.
He sure fooled everybody here, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. But I guess most of all, he fooled himself. That claim he jumped. You know, they've taken millions of dollars worth of pure silver out of there. And would you believe it? Old Henry sold that claim for, what, $11,000.
Hearing that, I don't feel so bad about that worthless piece of paper there.
Worthless? Well, I wouldn't say it's exactly worthless. So you paid $25 hard money for it. What do you say, boys? Don't you think it'd be worth $25 to have a memento of our dear departed friend?
You know, I bet that old crowbait's still jumping claims.
Here you are, old-timer. $25 and a little more.
Well, thank you kindly.
Let's go, boys.
Take it easy, old-timer.
Yeah.
We'll see you, old-timer.
Yeah.
Fix him a rope, boss.
Right.
What are you? Oh, you're not going to hang me.
Just a little bit,
Oh.
man.
Why? What have I done?
Well, you completely ignored a no trespassing sign, mister. This is the Ponderosa.
You think he was spotting cattle for rustlers at him?
No, that's not true. Look, my name is Durwood Watkins. I am the agent for Miss Adah Isaacs Menken's company of players. We open tonight in Virginia City. Tickets. Look. Here, tickets. The best in the house. Please be my guests.
Ain't it funny how a man will lie right up till the time you stretch his neck?
No.
I don't know, Hoss. You think that limb's strong enough to hold him?
Yeah, I think so. He looks to me like he's most nigh all blubber anyhow.
Yeah, I think it'll do all right, as long as you don't flop around too much.
This is barbaric. I demand a trial. Hey! Come back!
That's enough, fellas. Well, I bet he remembers the next time he sees a no trespass sign.
Hey, look at this.
Hey!
Hey, Hoss, you get rid of that thing before Pa sees it.
Ain't that something?
Now, you heard what I said, Hoss. What are you doing?
Oh, well, nothing. I just getting this rope, Adam. It's an awful good rope.
All right, boys, let's go. We got work waiting.
so long?
Adam's door was open.
Yeah, you didn't have to take half the night. Come on.
You're lucky. You live all the way down to the other end of the house. Sometimes Adam can be worse than Paul.
Hey, Paul didn't see you, did he?
No, he ain't even home yet. Here, help me into this dang blasted thing.
All right. How come you ain't got no button on this shirt?
No, I just ain't got one, that's all. Little Joe, if Paul catches us at a show like this, he'll skin us alive. You don't reckon anybody will recognize us, do you?
Well, I got your brand new suit on, don't you?
Yeah.
Hey, you got your hair slicked down real nice.
Yeah.
Got your boots polished?
Yep.
Who's gonna recognize you?
Yeah. Hey.
Anybody else here want to bet my friend can't bend his horseshoe?
Let me try.
You try, buddy. Go on. Who else wants to try? Go ahead, friend. Hey, how about a little wager, huh?
I've got it.
Fine, you try, buddy. Want to try? Go ahead. I'll bet. How about you, friend? Want to give it a try? Okay. Come on, Sledge. Here, show him how it's done. Come on.
You just stay right there, honey.
I told you could do it. Come on, Sledge. How about that, friend, huh?
Do you know who I am?
No, sir, don't think that I do.
I'm John C. Regan. That's right, former heavyweight champion of the world.
Have a drink on the house and be on your way, Regan.
I tell you what, I'll lick the best man in the house for all the liquor I can drink. Well?
Outside, Regan.
You wouldn't shoot an unarmed man.
John C. Regan, is it? Former champion. Well, you never was champion, Regan. Your manager had to stop the fight to keep you from getting killed.
What are you talking about? Nobody ever stopped one of my fights.
Well, you've been flattened by every tramp pug in the business. Well, I'd lick you myself if I was still in one piece.
You do your fighting with your mouths, mister. You got a friend that can do it with his fists?
I'm buying Mr. Regan all he can drink. Just as soon as my partner here gets finished with him. Sledge, this fellow says you're a dumb mud walloper. You ain't got no more sense than a suck-egg mule.
Now, is that right?
He says you're too stupid to even know how to fight.
Now, is that right? Honey, I'll be right back. Get back, girls.
Why don't you sit down, Sledge? Leave him alone.
Why don't you take a little walk, huh?
Sledge don't know no rules, Regan. Get him, Sledge.
Give it to him.
Hey, sound like a good ruckus in here.
Hey, listen, you want to go to the show or do you want to fight?
Well, I hate to miss a good fight, but I hate to miss that show, too.
Well, then come on.
Stop it! Stop it, Regan! Sledge! Sledge, are you all right? You didn't have to go that far, Regan. Sledge. Sledge, you all right? Somebody get a doctor, quick!
Bet this is gonna be good. You sure you got them tickets?
Sure, I got them right here. Don't worry.
Adam.
Yeah, what are you doing here, Adam?
I'm waiting for you two.
Adam, we can explain everything.
Yeah, well, you're going to have a lot of explaining to do if the best seats are gone. Come on, let's go inside.
Well, let's go.
Anything new tonight?
Olinska, dear Olinska.
Ha! Who goes there? All is silent. All is silent!
You don't see her.
Olinska, dear Olinska, ere yet the envious daylight robs my soul of this sweet privilege of drinking from thine eyes deep draughts of the bright liquid fire, which as from the twin stars of love stream through my enraptured heart. Appear, dear life. Appear, dear life. Appear.
Casimir, thou here. Oh, hence, wert thou discovered, think how fearfully my father's wrath would fall on the clandestine suitor to his child.
What can Casimir dread, ennobled and emboldened by thy love? 1,000 tyrant fathers I would brave, from all their wrath, my loved Olenska, save or earn an early but an honored grave.
You tell him, Casimir. You bring on her old man.
But see, the dawn advances. The moon is sunk beyond the hoary hill. The glimmering lights are one by one extinguished. And the hum of busy menials speaks approaching day. Away, my love, away!
She don't look nothing like this girl here on the poster.
Yeah, well, let's see, this is kind of mixed up. See, the girl that's on this poster is playing a man in the show.
How come she wants to do that?
I don't know. It's just the way they do it.
Is my will obeyed and the wild horse secured?
All is as my lord commanded.
Good. Bring forth the miscreant.
I knew it. I knew he was going to catch up with him. Well, her. What?
Oh, yeah. Shut up.
Oh, my father, pardon for him.
Unworthy girl, all of the powers of this earth were ineffectual to assuage my vengeance. Bring forth the untamed steed.
Hey, what are they going to do to her, little Joe? What are they going to do?
I don't know.
Now bind the traitor to him, and let scorching sun, wintry blasts, devouring hunger, and parching thirst rend the traitor.
Dearest Father, thy mercy save him.
Plead not for me, dear Olenska. Perish as I might, it is sufficient glory that I die for thee.
Now bind the traitor to him.
Hey, he sure was a girl, wasn't he?
He sure is.
Sorry respect. Strike terror throughout Poland.
Give us a little beer, Charlie.
Coming right up.
Boy, I sure thought she was a goner when they put her on that horse.
I could have told you not to worry. They never kill off the hero.
Well, I'll tell you this. It'd be a big mistake to kill off anything like that, I guess.
Yeah, I'm with you, Hoss.
Hey, little Joe.
Hmm?
Listen. Was she or wasn't she?
Was she or wasn't she what?
Well, you know.
No, I don't know. Ask Adam.
Adam was she or wasn't she?
Well, she wasn't she what?
Naked.
Well, now, you got eyes. You saw her.
Yeah, but exactly what did we see, really?
She was wearing tights. Besides, what difference does it make?
What difference does it make?
Ladies and gentlemen, the highlight of the evening. One of you lucky gentlemen will take home the garter worn by Miss Adah Isaacs Menken.
Here you are, boys. And may the best man win.
Come on, over here. Come on, over here. Come here.
Now, what's the matter, Adah?
Nothing, Ben. Just get me out of here.
Well, I'm sorry, boys. There'll be other times. Now, how about a beer, please?
Coming right up.
I hope the next time you...
Right away. What happened down there, Adah?
Nothing, Ben. Ben, don't look so severe. Suddenly I felt tired, that's all.
You sure?
Positive.
You don't mind if an old friend worries about you a little?
Please don't ever stop. Ben, pheasant, lobster. My favorite champagne. You remembered.
I had it shipped in from a Boston importer when I heard you were coming. It isn't often that I have a chance to entertain such a beautiful lady.
You're lonely, Ben.
Oh, I have the Ponderosa. And my boys. They keep me pretty well occupied. And every once in a while, a dear friend passes through. To the incomparable Adah Menken, more beautiful than I ever remembered. Happiness. All right. Out with it. What's wrong? It has something to do with Regan, doesn't it? I'm a good listener, Adah.
Ben, you know most of the story. Well, when Regan returned from England, he was broke and finished as a fighter. Even his manager deserted him. Somehow he found me in St. Louis. I gave him money, all I had and what I could borrow. He promised he'd never bother me again.
You saw him tonight in the saloon, didn't you?
Yes.
He's worthless, Adah. He's never drawn a sober breath.
Please, Ben.
I'm sorry, Adah, but when I think of the way the man has treated you, the way he's beaten you...
I don't want to talk about it. What are you going to do?
See Mr. Regan out of town, make sure he never bothers you again.
No, Ben. Don't interfere. I can handle him.
Can you?
Please, keep out of this, Ben.
I won't make any promises, Ada. I'm sorry. We'll celebrate our reunion some other time. Good night.
Ben, I'm sorry. I know how you must have looked forward to this evening. Forgive me.
There's nothing to forgive. Good night.
Good night, Ben. How did you get in here?
That rube that just left, could he make you feel like that?
Get out of here before I call the manager.
Now, that'd only lead to trouble. And you don't want any more trouble, do you, Ada? Who is he?
Ben Cartwright, an old friend. It won't work again, John. Ben's an old friend, nothing more.
Well, seeing you two at the door, I got a different impression.
If you have any idea of blackmailing Ben or getting any more money out of me, forget it. Ben'd kill you first. And I'm broke, John. That's why I revived the Mazeppa.
Well, I understand you're on top, Ada. Oh, you should never have retired from the stage and denied your public. Oh, I saw the way those miners were looking at you tonight.
You filth.
Now, you look here, Ada. I won't be bought off this time. You're never going to get rid of me again.
Get out of here.
Well, when you change your mind, I won't be far away.
Brought your horse over from the livery stable, just like you asked, Mr. Cartwright.
Oh, thank you, Billy. They'll take him back to the stable, bed him down for the night. I've decided to stay on in Virginia City.
Watch it, Adam. Adam? I've been thinking about Pa and that woman.
What about Pa and that woman?
I don't like it none. Pa ain't got no experience with them actresses. Leastwise, none he ever talked about.
Well, I guess he can handle it. I thought I told you to bring Pa along.
Pa didn't come home last night. Just now, Hop Singh sent his clothes into town.
What for?
He's moved into the International House.
Where that woman staying?
Yeah, and that ain't all. Last night they had champagne in her rooms. And tonight, Hop Singh says Pa's having her over the house for supper.
What'd I tell you, Adam?
What do you make of it, Adam?
Well, she sure works fast. Guess we better have a little talk with our Pa.
Oh, it's a man-sized spread, the Ponderosa. Over 1,000 square miles of the finest timber and grazing land west of Salt Lake. At last count, we had more than 10,000 head of cattle grazing in the lowlands.
It's an empire, Ben. And to think it all belongs to you.
And the boys.
They're very fine boys. You should be very proud.
Oh, they'll do.
I envy you, Cartwrights. It must be wonderful living so close to the land.
Well, we have our problems.
Protecting what's ours from outsiders.
You do that very well, I imagine.
Yes, ma'am.
It was a delicious supper, Hop Singh. Really superb.
Oh, you lady got sense. Hop Sing all time, break back, cook, fancy grub, nobody appreciate. You come supper all the time.
Well, that makes it official, Ada. You're part of the family now. Oh, I better get you to the theater. Hop Sing, bring the carriage around to the front, please.
No eat dessert, Hop Sing fix special.
Well, Miss Mencken has a performance to give tonight. Now, come on, get the carriage around.
Rush, all the time rush around, lickety split.
He's delightful.
He needs a woman's discipline. We all do, eh, boys?
Good night, Adam. Little Joe, Horse. We'll be seeing each other again soon, I hope.
Goodbye, Miss Mencken.
Hey, Paul.
Yes?
Oh, Paul, we want to talk to you, Paul, private-like.
Oh. Can't it keep?
No, Pop.
I'll wait for you in the carriage, Ben.
Well, what is it? Well, out with it.
Paul, promise you ain't gonna get mad now.
Well, what's on your mind? Speak up.
Well, it's about what's been happening to you, Paul.
Yeah, Paul, we know you're still a young man, and, well, you must get lonely sometimes, and well, I know you're sick and tired of having us around, but, well,
You know what your brothers are trying to say, Hoss?
Now, Paul, you promise not to get mad.
Speak out plain.
Well, Paul, she's an actress.
I see. So that's what's been troubling you three all evening. You don't think Miss Mencken is good enough for your father? Well, let me tell you something. Adah Mencken is all the woman that a man could want. And I'm very proud to be seen in her company.
Yeah, but Pa, she's...
Now, don't say it, Adam. Now, don't you boys think that I'm old enough to take care of myself?
Paul, we was just doing it for your own good.
Well, thank you. Thank you very much. And now, with your permission, I'll accompany Miss Mencken back to town.
Miss Adah, I told him not to go in, but he went right in anyway.
Find Ben Cartwright. Tell him not to wait, that you'll escort me back to the hotel.
But, Miss Adah,
Never mind, just find him and tell him.
Yes, ma'am.
Adam, I didn't know you were coming to tonight's performance.
I didn't come to see the performance. I think you know why I'm here.
Yes, I think I do. Don't you think your father is a wise enough man to take care of himself?
Look, Adah, you have your way of life. We have ours.
Do you also speak for your brothers?
In this case, yes.
Tell me, Adam, when did you first decide I was a bad woman? When you saw me with your father, or when you saw me on the stage? What are you afraid of, Adam?
What makes you think I'm afraid?
You came here to say something to me. Why don't you say it?
I don't think words are necessary. You know what I mean. Well, now at least we understand each other.
Adam, what happened?
What'd she say?
None of your business.
Hey, what's eating him?
Well, I guess older brother didn't make out so well.
What are we gonna do, little Joe? We gotta help Paul.
Yeah, well, you know, it takes a red-blooded man to persuade a woman.
Yeah, but where are we gonna get one? Hey, where you going?
To get a shave and some clean clothes. This is no way to meet a lady. See you, Hoss.
Who is it?
Room service.
Well, you must be mistaken. I didn't order anything.
Compliments of Mr. Cartwright.
How sweet of Mr. Cartwright. To a lovely lady clothed in the light of her own beauty. Joe Cartwright. Joe Cartwright?
At your service, Miss Mencken.
Little Joe.
Just Joe, ma'am.
You Cartwrights have a flair for the unexpected.
I think when you get to know this Cartwright a little bit better, ma'am, you won't be surprised at anything.
Oh.
Yeah, now you take my brother Adam. Now he's a dependable one. He's a worrier. And then there's Hoss. My Hoss is just plain Hoss.
And what about your father?
A Pa? A Pa never changes. He's the same year in and year out.
You've got everyone pretty much figured out, haven't you?
I guess Pa's had his day, but of course that was when he was much younger.
And now you think he should be retired into the background. Is that it?
We don't have to talk about him, do we?
No, we don't. Why don't you pour the champagne?
Yes, ma'am.
You're a very handsome man, Joe.
Oh, I don't know.
Do you have many girls?
Yeah, quite a few.
Are they wild about you?
Yeah, some of them are.
They're fools, letting you out of their sight.
Yeah. Here, let me fill your glass.
Well, there's plenty of time. We've got the whole evening ahead of us.
Hey, how would you like me to get you something to eat?
At a time like this. You're wonderful, Joe. You make a woman feel at ease, yet wanted. I'm glad you came.
Hey, boy, you know, it's getting hot in here now.
It's perfect.
Hey, Miss Mencken.
Ada.
Yeah, Ada, look, I don't want you to get the wrong idea about why I came here.
I haven't got the wrong idea. I know exactly why you're here. And I won't disappoint you. You get everything you deserve.
Hey, what was that for?
Teach you a lesson you obviously needed.
And Miss Mencken, I can explain.
I ought to have you horsewhipped, coming in here with the ideas you had.
Listen, I only did it for Pa, to show him what kind of...
What kind of a woman I am?
Yes, ma'am. No, ma'am.
Let me tell you, little Joe. Your father moved into this hotel to protect me from someone out of my past. And for no other reason.
Oh, I'm sorry, ma'am. I didn't know that. This is something between my Pa and you, and I'm sorry I made a fool out of myself.
You Cartwrights are quite a family.
Is that Pa?
He usually checks to see if I'm all right. You better go. No, through here.
Hey, what about the champagne, the flowers?
Don't worry. I won't tell him you were here.
Oh, I wasn't thinking about myself.
You're sweet. Hurry.
Oh, baby.
Just a minute, Ben.
All right, where is he? Well, where'd the Cartwright kid go? I know he's here.
You're drunk.
Well, you always did know, didn't you, Ada?
Look at yourself, brawling in saloons and in back alleys.
All right, don't change the subject. Where did the kid go?
He isn't here. Why do you do it, John? Why do you act this way? You could still be champion of the world if you wanted to be.
It's all in the past, so forget it.
I can't forget it. I remember what you were like, how things used to be between us. Now I have to listen to them say you're all washed up.
Oh, I can still handle myself. You ought to see the respect in their faces when I finish beating up one of these rubes.
You're still the big man, aren't you?
Well, I'm all the man you'll ever have. Now, where did the kid go?
John, I don't have much left. A few jewels. I'll give them to you if you promise you'll leave town without causing any trouble. Take them.
You know, I was never able to court you with champagne, Ada. But then I didn't have 3 sons to do my lovemaking for me either.
Get out of here.
Must make you feel like a queen, Ada. Ben Cartwright proposed to you yet?
He hasn't any intentions of marrying me.
That's not quite true, Ada.
Make a move, Regan, so I can kill you.
Well, I'm not armed, Cartwright.
Don't interfere, Ben.
I'm asking you to be my wife, Ada. That gives me every right to interfere. Now, Regan, you be on that morning stage to Salt Lake. Or get yourself a gun. Now get out.
I will settle this, Cartwright. My way. Well, you won't shoot an unarmed man.
I'll give you the same chance you give that miner.
It was a fair fight. Ask his partner. Ask anybody in the bar.
Get out. Move.
I hope you know what you're doing, Cartwright.
Little Joe, how'd you make it?
Now, don't say anything else about Ada Menken.
Little Joe, I ain't even opened my mouth.
Yeah, well, just don't. Go on, finish your beer. I'll see you outside.
Cartwright?
Yeah, that's right.
My name is Regan. John C. Regan. Remember that when your pa asks.
Sure.
Howdy.
Now, you're one of those Cartwrights, aren't you?
Yes, sir. Most people just call me Hoss. I don't think I've had the pleasure.
I drink for the house on John C. Regan.
Yes, sir.
Over here. Cerveza.
Well, I've known you a long time, Ada. You know, I've thought of you often. Read about you. Wondered what had happened to you. And seeing you here.
Ben, you're a lonely man. Maybe you're mistaking loneliness for love.
What about you? Now, how long will you be content to go on running away from yourself, from Regan?
What do you think your sons would say if you married the notorious Ada Menken?
My sons? What do my sons have to do with it?
You're a very close family, Ben. I wouldn't want to change that.
Well, my boys need a woman around the house as much as I do.
Boys? They're not boys, Ben. They're grown men. Maybe little Joe or Hoss would accept me, but Adam...
Well, Adam is hard-headed, but he's my son.
Yes, I know.
What do you mean?
He came to visit me backstage. He's very much your son.
Adam. You're a very desirable woman, Ada.
Thank you, Ben. You're a wonderful man. But I'd rather settle for half a life than come between you and your sons.
Half a life. That's all you've ever had.
Maybe that's all I understand. Maybe it's best I'm leaving tonight for San Francisco.
I wish I'd been able to ask you before those little boys became men. I'll be checking out shortly. Would you prepare my bill, please?
Yes, sir, Mr. Cartwright. Paul, somebody might here beat little Joe to death.
Lay him down at the settee.
How is he?
That gash over his optic nerve.
Your brother may be blinded at him.
Anybody know who did it?
Little Joe couldn't say.
He's coming too.
Easy, son. Now, don't try to move. Can you see me?
Pa?
Don't try to talk. Everything's going to be all right. If you can see me, blink your eyes.
Pa?
Easy, son. If you can see me, blink your eyes 2 times. It's good, son. It's good. Everything's gonna be all right. Your paw's right here.
Pa?
And you just rest easy.
Paul, ask him who did it.
I know who did it.
The greatest heavyweight that ever towed the mark. That's my friend John C. Regan. Fought all comers, and he licked them all. Never knocked out in 37 fights. He still would be champion if he hadn't been robbed. Dirty, thieving, crooked referee.
Give me a gun, Adam. Do as I say. Reach for it, Regan. Reach for it.
With this busted up hand, why, I couldn't find a trigger, Cartwright. Now, if you want to settle for what I did to your boy, you're going to have to shoot me. Or do it with your fists.
Paul, let me do it.
Keep out of this, horse.
Paul, you gotta let me do it. Little Joe and me, Paul, you just gotta let me do it.
You just stand aside, horse.
Let go of it! I know gouging a fighting man and no kicking at a fellow when he's down.
Hoss.
I ain't whipped yet, Paul.
Don't try to fight him, wrestle him.
Get up! Stop it! Stop it! Don't hit him again.
I'm sorry, Ada. Help me, Ada. Help me.
It's all right, John. It's all right, John.
I just don't understand. How can she?
She's a woman in love.
With a man like that?
It's hard to figure, isn't it? She could have any man she wants. As I think you found out.
Beats me. A woman as beautiful as that in love without.
There are many kinds of love, Hoss. As many kinds as there are women. Now, let's go see little Joe.
The true spark of this episode ignites in the charged moments following Henry T.P. Comstock's dramatic rescue from the vengeful riders out of California. What begins as a tense confrontation on the edge of Ponderosa land quickly transforms into one of the most entertaining and thematically rich encounters in the entire script. The Cartwrights' first extended interaction with the infamous claim jumper reveals not only Comstock's outsized personality, but also the family's core values of justice, hospitality, and moral vigilance in the face of frontier opportunism. The writing here shines with a perfect blend of suspense, humor, and character insight, pulling the audience deeper into the world of Virginia City and the surrounding mining camps. After their expert display of marksmanship scatters the pursuers, the brothers bring the disheveled, yet remarkably resilient Comstock back toward safety. His immediate theatrical prayer of thanksgiving, complete with vows of reformation, sets the tone for the delightful verbal fireworks to come. The script captures his slippery charm beautifully, even while professing eternal gratitude and promising never again to lie, steal, or jump another man's claim. Comstock cannot resist embellishing every statement with grand flourishes. His wild-eyed expression and black stovepipe hat, mentioned earlier in the brothers' recollections, complete the picture of a man who has made survival through storytelling into a high art. The invitation to supper at the Ponderosa marks a pivotal scene. Few sequences in Bonanza capture the warmth of the Cartwright ranch house as vividly as this dinner. Hop Sing's exceptional cooking becomes the backdrop for Comstock's endless stream of anecdotes. He claims to have dined with kings and millionaires across the globe, yet declares the meal before him unmatched in all his travels. His effusive compliments to Hop Sing, addressing the loyal cook as a worthy descendant of Confucius, possessing unmatched wizardry in the culinary arts, elicit both amusement and subtle cultural interplay. The script uses these exchanges to humanize the household while highlighting the contrast between Comstock's extravagant worldliness and the Cartwrights' grounded frontier life. As the conversation unfolds around the table, Comstock unleashes a torrent of tall tales that showcase the episode's masterful comedic writing. He speaks of his close friendship with Captain John Sutter, planting the first grain fields and vineyards in the Sacramento Valley. He describes idyllic boyhood lakes, with invented names like Nipishema and Semihuchi, supposedly located on the other side of the Frangatang Mountains in Canada. Each story grows more elaborate, involving Queen Victoria at Buckingham Palace, his iron bar chewing grandfather at the ripe age of 93, and adventures sailing the seven seas. The transcription's occasional garbled phrases only enhance the authentic feel of listening to a boastful old-timer whose tongue has outrun his conscience for decades. The Cartwrights listen with a mixture of polite skepticism and genuine entertainment, their patient indulgence revealing their generous spirits. Ben Cartwright's responses during this encounter reveal the depth of his character. When the talk inevitably turns toward gold and mining, Ben delivers his famous declaration with quiet authority. He states that he will shoot on sight any man caught digging for gold anywhere on Ponderosa land. This is no idle threat, but a solemn vow born from witnessing the devastation wrought by gold fever in California. The script poignantly references how the rush of miners destroyed Sutter's carefully cultivated lands, tearing out vineyards, chopping down orchards, and trampling wheat fields. Through Ben's words, the episode powerfully contrasts responsible land stewardship with the destructive forces of unchecked greed. Comstock's feigned innocence and surprise at the mention of possible gold nearby plant the seeds for the later Comstock lode discovery, while underscoring the moral tension at the heart of the story. The theme of claim jumping runs like a golden thread through this section. Comstock's very presence evokes the chaotic legal and moral landscape of the Nevada Territory in the early days of the silver boom. His earlier purchase of land for $25 from himself via a forged bill of sale becomes a running joke among the Cartwrights. Later, when Comstock boldly attempts to claim jump the miners at Washoe by invoking legal technicalities about unfiled claims, the script delivers sharp commentary on the fluid nature of property rights during the gold and silver rushes. The brothers' earlier intervention against the California riders, who sought to hang him for past offenses, adds layers of irony and complexity to his character. Little Joe Hoss and Adam each react to Comstock in ways that further illuminate their individual personalities. Little Joe's youthful suspicion mixes with amusement. Hoss offers kind tolerance and practical concern. Adam maintains a watchful intellectual distance, ever ready to protect the family's interests. Their collective decision to follow Comstock discreetly to the diggings demonstrates the Cartwright Code in action, extending hospitality while remaining prudent in the face of potential trouble. The script balances these family moments beautifully, never allowing the comedy of Comstock's antics to overshadow the underlying seriousness of the issues he represents. One of the episode's most charming sequences occurs as Comstock prepares to depart for Washoe after the meal. His hasty exit, citing urgent business with waiting miners, reveals his true priorities. The brothers' discussion afterward, with Hoss trailing him to keep an eye on potential trouble, showcases their proactive sense of responsibility. Even as they recognize Comstock as something of a lovable jackass, they understand that his actions could stir up dangerous elements in the territory, particularly with the Paiute people already on edge from past incidents. The writing in this section demonstrates Bonanza's signature strength, using colorful guest characters to explore broader historical and moral themes. In the context of 1960s television portraying a figure like Henry T.P., Comstock allowed the series to entertain, while subtly commenting on the American dream's dual nature, its promise of opportunity, and its pitfalls of greed and deception. The episode respects the historical Comstock's role in the famous lode, while using dramatic license to create a memorable rogue who both charms and warns. Visually and dramatically, these scenes unfold with classic Western cinematic flair. One can easily imagine the warm lantern light inside the ranch house, the aroma of Hop Sing's cooking, the sound of Comstock's booming voice filling the room, and the thoughtful expressions on the Cartwrights' faces as they navigate the conversation. The transition from the outdoor action of the rescue to the intimate dinner dialogue creates a pleasing rhythmic flow that keeps the audience engaged on multiple levels. Comstock's first extended encounter with the Cartwrights serves as both comedic highlight and thematic foundation for the remainder of the episode. It establishes the central conflict between honor and opportunism, between long-term stewardship and short-term exploitation. Through his tall tales and slippery maneuvers, The script invites us to laugh while encouraging deeper reflection on the values that truly built the West. The Cartwrights emerge from the meeting not as naive hosts, but as principled men who extend grace without compromising their principles. This encounter also deepens our appreciation for Ben Cartwright's leadership. His firm yet courteous handling of Comstock demonstrates the wisdom forged through years of experience. He sees through the bluster to the potential danger beneath, yet still offers the man food and a warning rather than immediate expulsion. Such moments of moral nuance elevated Bonanza above many contemporary westerns and continue to resonate with modern audiences. As Comstock rides off toward the Washoe diggings, the script masterfully shifts tone from light-hearted hospitality to the gathering clouds of gold fever. The tall tales have been told, the claims have been jumped in miniature form, and the stage is set for the explosive discoveries and human dramas to follow. In the hands of the talented writers and performers, this first major encounter becomes far more than a simple guest star introduction. It becomes a rich exploration of character history and the eternal struggle between dreams and integrity on the American frontier. The arrival and initial interactions with Henry T.P. Comstock remain among the most memorable sequences in this episode, blending broad humor with thoughtful commentary in a way that defines the very best of classic Bonanza storytelling. They remind us why viewers returned faithfully to the Ponderosa week after week, for characters who felt real conflicts that mattered, and stories that entertained while gently illuminating the human condition. No force on the American frontier proved more transformative, more intoxicating, or more destructive than the siren call of gold and silver. In this pivotal section of the episode, the script masterfully shifts from the warm hospitality of the Ponderosa ranch house to the raw, feverish energy of the Washoe diggings, where Henry T.P. Comstock's restless ambition collides with the Earth's hidden riches. The birth of the legendary Comstock Lode unfolds with dramatic flair, capturing not only the excitement of discovery, but also the darker undercurrents of human greed that Bonanza consistently examined with moral clarity and dramatic power. Through vivid dialogue and escalating tension, the writing transports us directly into the heart of one of the most significant mineral strikes in Western history, while reminding us of its profound human cost. After departing the Cartwright table with feigned reluctance, Comstock makes his way to the mining camp at Washoe, some 20 miles east of the Ponderosa. The script wastes no time plunging us into the dusty, bustling atmosphere of the diggings. Here, amid the clatter of pans and the murmurs of hopeful prospectors, Comstock's true nature reasserts itself. His earlier vows of reformation dissolve like morning mist as he cleverly maneuvers to partner with a miner named Pike. With smooth talk and a mere $17 American, he secures half ownership of a seemingly worthless claim, clogged with mysterious blue stuff. The scene crackles with Comstock's characteristic bravado as he dismisses the blue clay as worthless while secretly recognizing its potential. The transcription beautifully preserves the rapid-fire negotiation, highlighting how claim jumping and legal loopholes were everyday tools in the chaotic world of 19th-century mining. The moment of revelation arrives like a thunderclap. Comstock's ecstatic cries of, "I'm rich, boys, I'm rich," echo across the canyon as he uncovers a massive ledge of gold and silver ore, described as 50 feet wide and solid as a mountain. The script captures the electric frenzy that follows with cinematic intensity. Miners swarm the site, voices rising in a chorus of disbelief and avarice. Comstock, ever the showman, immediately begins selling shares in the fabulous Comstock Lode for $100 apiece, promising fortunes to all while cleverly retaining control. The writing here excels at portraying the psychological transformation that wealth induces. Men who moments earlier toiled in frustration now shout, shove, and dream aloud of the empires they will build. One can almost smell the sweat and dust, hear the clink of gold dust in pouches, and feel the palpable shift in the air as hope turns to hysteria. The naming of Virginia City emerges organically from this chaos, providing one of the episode's most memorable and historically resonant moments. In a blend of celebration and bravado, Comstock and the miners christen the burgeoning camp Virginia City, toasting the future metropolis that will rise from their strike. The script uses this sequence to illustrate how a single discovery could transform a remote hillside into a legendary boomtown almost overnight. The dialogue flows with rough poetry as the men envision fortunes so vast they will need help counting the money. Through these scenes, Bonanza pays homage to the real historical events while weaving them into a compelling moral narrative. Yet the script refuses to romanticize the discovery. The Cartwright's perspective offered in reflective conversation after learning of the strike provides crucial counterbalance. Ben Cartwright, with his deep knowledge of what happened to his friend, Captain John Sutter, in the Sacramento Valley, speaks with quiet sorrow about the destructive power of gold fever. He recalls how the rush of locusts like miners tore out vineyards, chopped down fruit trees, and trampled wheat fields, leaving once thriving lands devastated and proud men broken. This poignant reflection elevates the episode beyond mere adventure, turning it into a thoughtful meditation on progress versus preservation and sudden wealth versus enduring values. The contrast between the raucous celebration at the diggings and the somber wisdom at the Ponderosa creates powerful dramatic tension. Little Joe and Hoss's observations add emotional depth to the theme. They witness firsthand how gold changes men, turning reasonable prospectors into frenzied opportunists, willing to betray partners and abandon honor for a share of the riches. Their conversation about Comstock, fooling both himself and others, carries a gentle sadness beneath the humor. The script uses these moments to explore the timeless truth that wealth, while alluring, often reveals and amplifies the flaws already present in human character. Comstock himself becomes both architect and victim of his own legend, selling his interest in the immensely valuable lode for a fraction of its true worth. A historical detail, the episode incorporates with knowing irony. The portrayal of greed here is nuanced and compassionate rather than preachy. Bonanza never suggests that ambition itself is evil. Rather, it warns against the loss of moral compass when fortune arrives too quickly. Comstock's larger-than-life personality makes him a perfect vehicle for this exploration. His rapid transition from grateful guest to boastful mining magnate, complete with grand proclamations about the Comstock lode, bearing his name, entertains while serving as a cautionary tale. The writing invites us to laugh at his antics, even as we recognize the serious consequences of his actions for the land and its people. Visually and dramatically, the birth of the Comstock lode is rendered with classic Western sweep. One imagines the sun-baked hills of Washoe, the glint of ore in the pans, the rough wooden shacks springing up overnight, and the electric energy that turns a sleepy camp into a roaring boomtown. The script's dialogue crackles with authenticity, from the miners' rough banter to Comstock's flowery declarations. Even in its transcribed form, the excitement leaps off the page, allowing the reader to experience the heady rush of discovery alongside the characters. This section also deepens the cultural and historical context of the series. In the 1960s, when Bonanza dominated Sunday night television, America was undergoing its own period of rapid economic and social change. Episodes like this one used the frontier past to comment subtly on contemporary issues of resource exploitation, environmental responsibility, and the responsibilities that accompany sudden prosperity. By grounding the story in real events surrounding the Comstock lode, the writers gave the audience both entertainment and gentle education about their nation's heritage. The lure of gold also sets the stage for the parallel storyline involving Adah Isaacs Mencken and the broader life of Virginia City. As the town explodes with new wealth, it attracts not only miners, but also entertainers, opportunists, and those seeking their own form of fortune. The script masterfully uses the mining strike as the catalyst that brings these diverse elements together, creating a rich tapestry of frontier life. Through it all, the Cartwright family stands as a moral anchor. Their decision to return home, rather than join the frenzy, speaks volumes about their values. They understand that true wealth lies in the land they steward, the family they cherish, and the principles they uphold. This contrast between the gold-crazed chaos at Washoe and the steady rhythm of life on the Ponderosa forms one of the episode's most compelling thematic threads. The birth of the Comstock lode remains one of the most dynamically written sequences in this script. It captures the exhilarating promise of the American dream while never shying away from its potential for tragedy and moral compromise. Henry T.P. Comstock, for all his flaws and follies, becomes a symbol of both the boundless optimism and the reckless ambition that defined the silver boom. In the capable hands of Bonanza's creators, his story transcends historical anecdote to become a profound exploration of human nature under the intoxicating influence of sudden riches. As the dust settles on the newly christened Virginia City and the Cartwrights ride homeward, the script leaves us with a lingering sense of both wonder and caution. The lure of gold has changed the landscape forever, but the enduring values represented by the Ponderosa stand ready to face whatever challenges the future may bring. This masterful blending of historical drama, character comedy, and moral insight exemplifies why Bonanza continues to hold such a cherished place in the golden age of television westerns. Among the many delightful threads woven through this Bonanza episode, few sparkle with as much youthful energy, tenderness, and cultural nuance as the impulsive romance between Little Joe Cartwright and the Paiute chief's daughter, Sarah Tucci, affectionately known as Princess Sarah. This storyline provides a refreshing counterpoint to the boisterous gold fever sweeping the Washoe diggings, offering instead a charming exploration of young love that crosses cultural boundaries, the excitement of a frontier dance, and the serious responsibilities that come with such encounters. The script handles this subplot with a winning combination of light-hearted humor, genuine affection, and respectful awareness of the delicate relations between settlers and the Paiute people, enriching the episode's tapestry of frontier life. Little Joe's adventurous spirit has been simmering throughout the episode, from his playful banter during the cattle drive to his eager participation in the marksmanship display. After the excitement surrounding Henry T. Crazed, Comstock, the youngest Cartwright brother, seizes the opportunity to attend the Saturday night dance at the Dutch Pete's diggings. His motivation is classic Little Joe, equal parts curiosity, restlessness, and a hopeful search for pretty company in a land where he claims there are no attractive girls within 100 miles. The script captures his boyish enthusiasm perfectly as he persuades his brothers to join him, promising everything from big, raw-boned dancing partners to the simple joy of music and celebration after a hard week. What begins as a casual outing takes on deeper significance when Little Joe rides boldly into the Paiute village alone. This courageous yet reckless act showcases his fiery romantic nature. He presents a gift of genuine silk material to Chief Winnemucca for his daughter, explaining with earnest charm that he saw Sarah Tucci bathing at the river and was captivated by her beauty. The chief's initial skepticism gives way to reluctant amusement as Little Joe demonstrates how the fabric can become a dress, playfully modeling it himself before encouraging the young woman to try it. The writing here is warm and humorous, avoiding caricature while highlighting the awkward yet sincere attempts at cross-cultural connection. One can vividly picture the sun-dappled village, the colorful silk catching the light, and Little Joe's animated gestures as he wins over both father and daughter. The invitation to the dance is delivered with all the persuasive charm Little Joe can muster. He arranges a secret rendezvous at the river meadow beyond the waterfall, urging Sarah Tucci not to tell her father. The scene pulses with the excitement of forbidden young romance, a timeless motif that feels perfectly at home in the Western setting. When the pair arrives at the bustling dance in Virginia City, the script erupts into lively energy. Little Joe proudly introduces his companion as Princess Sarah, daughter of Chief Winnemucca of the Paiutes. The miners' reactions range from astonishment to admiration, adding a layer of social tension that the writing navigates with skill. The dancing sequences are rendered with infectious vitality. The Virginia reel comes alive through the transcribed calls and movements, swings, promenades, and joyous spins that send skirts and boots flying across the floor. Little Joe and Princess Sarah make a striking couple, her graceful presence contrasting beautifully with his enthusiastic energy. The script captures the sensory delights of the evening, the fiddler's lively tunes, the stomp of boots on wooden planks, the laughter and whoops of the crowd, and the warm glow of lanterns illuminating faces flushed with excitement and whiskey. These moments provide some of the episode's most purely entertaining passages, reminding viewers of the simple pleasures that balance the hardships of frontier existence. Yet beneath the gaiety lies meaningful commentary on cultural differences. When some miners question the wisdom of Little Joe bringing a Paiute woman to the dance, the script subtly explores prejudice and the fragile peace between communities. Little Joe's defense of his companion is passionate and protective, reflecting the Cartwright family's core values of respect and fairness. The arrival of Chief Winnemucca and his warriors injects dramatic tension, transforming the light-hearted dance into a moment of potential conflict. The chief's understandable anger at his daughter being taken from the village without permission tests Little Joe's maturity and forces the Cartwright brothers to step in with honor and diplomacy. Adam's timely intervention and Ben's steadfast leadership in resolving the situation highlight the family's commitment to justice. Rather than escalating into violence, the matter is handled through honest dialogue and mutual respect. Little Joe accepts responsibility for his impulsiveness, while the chief acknowledges the young man's sincere feelings. The script resolves the incident with characteristic Bonanza warmth. The Cartwrights reaffirm their desire for peaceful relations with their Paiute neighbors, and Princess Sarah is escorted home with dignity. This resolution avoids simplistic stereotypes, instead presenting a nuanced view of the complex interactions between settlers and native peoples in the Nevada Territory. Thematically, Little Joe's romance with the Paiute princess serves as a microcosm of broader issues facing the expanding West. It celebrates the universal power of attraction and affection, while acknowledging the real barriers of culture, tradition, and historical mistrust. The script treats the Paiute characters with respect, portraying them as proud, strong, and reasonable, rather than as mere background figures or threats. Chief Winnemucca emerges as a man of dignity and wisdom, concerned for his daughter's well-being and the safety of his people. This respectful portrayal was progressive for 1960s television and remains admirable today. Little Joe's character grows through this experience. His youthful impulsiveness leads him into trouble, but his willingness to face the consequences and learn from his elders demonstrates the enduring influence of Ben Cartwright's guidance. The brothers' good-natured ribbing afterward, particularly Adam's timely rescue and Hoss's supportive presence, reinforces the deep family bonds that define the series. Even in his mistakes, Little Joe is surrounded by love and accountability, allowing him to emerge wiser, if no less romantic. Cinematically, these scenes unfold with vivid color and movement. One can easily envision the contrast between the serene Paiute village by the river and the raucous energy of the mining camp dance hall. The silk dress, shimmering under lantern light, the rhythmic stomp of the Virginia reel, the sudden tension when warriors appear at the doorway, all create memorable visual moments that would have translated powerfully to the screen. The writing excels at blending broad comedy with tender emotion, making this subplot a highlight of the episode. In the larger context of the story, Little Joe's cross-cultural romance provides welcome emotional variety amid the themes of greed and claim-jumping. It humanizes the expanding world of Virginia City, showing that even in the midst of gold fever, young hearts still seek connection and beauty. The script uses this storyline to gently remind audiences that humanity transcends cultural lines, even as it acknowledges the real challenges such connections faced in the 19th century. The tender heart of Hoss is also evident in his reactions to his younger brother's escapades, further enriching the family dynamics. His protective concern and gentle humor add warmth to the resolution, demonstrating once again why the Cartwright brothers remain among the most beloved sibling characters in television history. Little Joe's adventure with the Paiute princess stands as one of the episode's most charming and thematically significant elements. It captures the excitement, risks, and rewards of young love on the frontier, while exploring important questions of respect, responsibility, and cultural understanding. Through humor, dance, and heartfelt confrontation, the script delivers entertainment that also carries gentle wisdom that echoes the best traditions of classic Western storytelling. As the music fades and the dancers disperse into the Nevada night, this romantic interlude leaves a lasting impression. It reminds us that even in a land of towering ambitions and sudden riches, the simplest human connections often prove the most meaningful. Little Joe's impulsive heart, guided ultimately by family honor, adds depth and delight to an already rich Bonanza tale. In the rich and often turbulent landscape of the American West, few challenges tested the character of frontier families more profoundly than navigating relations with Native American tribes. This episode of Bonanza confronts these delicate issues head-on through the escalating consequences of Little Joe's impulsive romance with Sarah Tucci, leading to a powerful exploration of cultural misunderstandings, ever-present threat of conflict, and the steadfast commitment of the Cartwrights to honor and justice. The script handles this storyline with remarkable sensitivity for its era, transforming what could have been a simple action sequence into a thoughtful meditation on respect, responsibility, and the fragile peace between settlers and the Paiute people. The trouble brews immediately after the joyous energy of the dance at the diggings. Little Joe's bold decision to bring Princess Sarah into the heart of the mining camp, presenting her proudly as his companion, crosses an invisible but very real cultural line. Word travels fast in the close-knit communities of the Nevada Territory, and it is not long before Chief Winnemucca, a figure of dignity and authority, arrives with his warriors. The sudden appearance of the Paiute men at the dance hall shifts the atmosphere from festive to tense in a heartbeat. The script captures this transition with cinematic precision. The music faltering, conversations dying away, and the weight of unspoken history hanging heavy in the lantern-lit air. Little Joe's explanation to the chief is a mixture of youthful sincerity and nervous charm. He insists he did not take Saratucci away, but merely invited her to dance. His genuine affection for the young woman shines through, yet he must confront the reality that his actions disregarded Paiute customs and parental authority. The writing here is particularly effective, allowing Little Joe to be both endearing and accountable. He is not portrayed as a reckless fool, but as a passionate young man whose heart outpaced his judgment, a classic Bonanza archetype that audiences had come to love. Ben Cartwright's response in this moment stands as one of the episode's finest displays of moral leadership. When the chief demands justice, Ben steps forward with calm authority. He acknowledges that his son has acted foolishly and promises that Little Joe will be punished, but crucially by his own father, not by anyone else. This declaration, "He is your son, and she is your daughter, take her home," encapsulates the Cartwright code of honor. Ben refuses to allow external forces to dictate justice within his family, while simultaneously showing profound respect for the chief's parental rights. The script uses this exchange to highlight the universal values of family responsibility that transcend cultural boundaries. The brothers' support during this confrontation further illustrates their enduring family dynamics. Adam arrives in time to provide calm, reasoned backup, his serious presence, helping de-escalate the situation. Hoss offers his characteristic gentle strength, ready to protect his younger brother without unnecessary aggression. Together, they form a united front that reassures both the Paiutes and the gathered miners that the Cartwrights stand for fairness. The script excels at showing how the brothers complement one another: Adam's intellect, Hoss's compassion, and Little Joe's passionate heart, creating a family stronger than any individual. This sequence also serves as a powerful reminder of the broader context of Paiute-settler relations. Earlier in the episode, Ben had warned his sons about the dangers of stirring up the Paiutes, referencing past tragedies where settler actions led to the loss of innocent lives on both sides. The script does not shy away from the historical reality of mistrust and violence that characterized much of the 19th century West. Yet it chooses a path of reconciliation rather than escalation, reflecting Bonanza's humanistic worldview. By emphasizing dialogue, mutual respect, and personal accountability, the episode offers a hopeful vision of coexistence in a land still being shaped by competing claims and cultures. The resolution of the incident carries genuine emotional weight. Chief Winnemucca, portrayed as a proud and reasonable leader, accepts Ben's assurance and takes his daughter home. There is no grand fight or melodramatic showdown, only the quiet dignity of men choosing peace over vengeance. This approach was refreshingly progressive for 1960s television westerns, which too often defaulted to simplistic cowboys versus Indians narratives. Bonanza consistently sought to portray native characters with greater depth and respect, and this episode exemplifies that commitment through Chief Winnemucca's measured response and the Cartwrights' genuine desire to maintain peaceful relations. Little Joe's growth through this experience adds another layer of depth to his character. Though his romantic impulses created the crisis, his willingness to face the chief and accept the consequences demonstrates emerging maturity. The brothers' good-natured teasing afterward, particularly Adam's remark about younger brothers creating messes for others to clean up, provides welcome humor while reinforcing the family's loving support system. These lighter moments prevent the storyline from becoming overly heavy, maintaining the warm, engaging tone that defines the series. Thematically, Trouble with the Paiutes explores several profound ideas. It examines the challenges of cross-cultural romance in a divided land, the importance of honoring different traditions, and the moral courage required to choose peace when conflict seems inevitable. The script contrasts the destructive greed seen in the gold fields with the constructive values of the Cartwrights: stewardship, justice, and respect for others. In doing so, it elevates a personal romantic mishap into a broader commentary on building a just society on the frontier. Cinematically, the scenes are rich with atmosphere. One can vividly imagine the crowded dance hall falling silent as the Paiute warriors enter the flicker of lantern light on tense faces. the dusty night air outside, and the relieved exhale as the situation resolves peacefully. The writing paints these moments with sensory detail and dramatic tension, making the audience feel the stakes without resorting to gratuitous violence. In the larger arc of the episode, this subplot serves as a vital counterbalance to the gold-driven chaos at Virginia City. While men frenzy over silver ore and quick riches, the Cartwrights remain anchored in human relationships and moral principles. The contrast enriches the narrative, showing that even amid boomtown excitement, the timeless concerns of family honor and cultural understanding continue to shape lives. This storyline also deepens our appreciation for Ben Cartwright as the moral center of the Ponderosa. His ability to command respect from both his sons and the Paiute chief stems from a lifetime of consistent ethical leadership. In an era when many Westerns celebrated lone heroes, Bonanza reminded viewers that true strength often lies in wisdom, restraint, and the courage to uphold principles under pressure. The handling of cultural misunderstandings in this episode remains impressive even by today's standards. The script avoids both romantic idealization and dismissive stereotypes, instead presenting a nuanced view that acknowledges difficulties while championing mutual respect. It reflects the best aspirations of 1960s television, using popular entertainment to gently expand audiences' understanding of America's complex history. As the Paiute party rides away into the night and the Cartwright brothers regroup, the episode reaffirms its core message. Honor and honest communication can bridge even the widest cultural divides. Little Joe's romantic adventure, though it brought trouble, ultimately strengthened family bonds and reinforced the Cartwrights' reputation as fair and trustworthy neighbors. This section of the script stands as a testament to Bonanza's enduring appeal. It delivers excitement and cultural drama while never losing sight of the human heart at the center of every conflict. Through the lens of one young man's impulsive romance, the episode explores themes that resonate far beyond the Sierra Nevada, themes of love, responsibility, respect, and the constant work required to maintain peace in a diverse and changing world. The Cartwrights emerge from this encounter not unscathed but wiser, their commitment to justice and honor shining all the brighter against the backdrop of gold fever and frontier tensions. In their steadfast defense of both family values and peaceful relations with the Paiute people, they continue to embody the noblest ideals of the American West. The transformation of a dusty mining camp into the legendary Virginia City stands as one of the most electrifying chapters in this Bonanza episode. As the Comstock lode ignites a frenzy of hope and ambition, the script masterfully shifts its gaze to the bustling nights of the burgeoning boomtown, where gold fever pulses through crowded saloons, lively dances, and the sudden arrival of sophisticated culture in the form of the renowned actress Adah, Isaacs Menken, and her theatrical company. These Virginia City nights pulse with raw energy, colorful characters, and dramatic tension, providing a vivid contrast to the steady, principled life on the Ponderosa, while introducing one of the episode's most compelling parallel storylines. The script captures the explosive growth of Virginia City with infectious enthusiasm. Following the spectacular discovery of the rich Silver Ledge, the once quiet Washoe diggings erupt into a thriving metropolis almost overnight. Miners who had struggled with the stubborn blue clay now shout boasts of future fortunes. The naming of the town itself becomes a raucous celebration, with Comstock and the assembled crowd toasting the bright future of Virginia City. The writing here brims with sensory detail: the clink of glasses, the roar of excited voices, the scent of whiskey and wood smoke, and the flickering lights of hastily constructed buildings stretching along the canyon. One feels the heady rush of possibility that defined the Silver Boom, a historical moment the episode brings to life with genuine affection and historical awareness. Into this vibrant chaos steps the world of entertainment, embodied by the arrival of Miss Adah, Isaacs, Menken, and her company of players. The script introduces her with theatrical flair. The agent Durwood Watkins, comically nearly hanged by Hoss and Little Joe for trespassing before revealing his true purpose, brings tickets to the evening's performance. This humorous interlude lightens the mood while seamlessly transitioning the narrative from the mining fields to the cultural life of the new boomtown. The brothers' decision to attend the show sneaking out in their best clothes, despite their father's likely disapproval, adds a layer of playful family rebellion that feels utterly authentic to their characters. The theatrical performance itself becomes a highlight of the episode. The script presents a lively excerpt from Mazeppa, with Adah Menken performing in a role that scandalized and captivated 19th-century audiences. The dialogue from the play, filled with dramatic declarations of love and honor, provides both entertainment and gentle humor as the Cartwright brothers react with a mixture of confusion and admiration. Little Joe and Hoss's whispered commentary about the leading lady playing a male role and the revealing nature of the performance captures the wide-eyed wonder of young men encountering sophisticated theater in the rough West. The highlight of the evening, the audience participation with the garter, injects broad comedy while underscoring the magnetic allure of the star performer. What truly elevates this section, however, is the reunion between Ben Cartwright and Adah Isaacs Menken. Their relationship carries the warmth of old friendship and the spark of deeper possibility. Ben, ever the gentleman, has arranged for her favorite champagne pheasant and lobster to be brought in from Boston. Their private conversation reveals layers of genuine affection and shared history. Adah's vulnerability emerges as she confides in Ben about her troubled past with the washed-up prizefighter John C. Reagan. The script handles these intimate scenes with emotional depth and restraint, allowing the audience to feel the loneliness beneath Ben's strong exterior and the quiet strength Adah possesses despite her glamorous public life. The arrival of Adah also brings complications in the form of John C. Reagan. The former heavyweight champion, now a broken, drunken shadow of his former self, represents the destructive side of fame and fortune. His belligerent behavior in the saloon, challenging all comers, and ultimately brutalizing a local miner named Sledge, injects raw menace into the Virginia City Knights. The script contrasts Reagan's fallen glory with the noble strength of the Cartwright men, using the boxer as a dark mirror to the values the family upholds. His intrusion into Adah's dressing room and later confrontations create escalating dramatic tension that propels the story forward. Throughout these night scenes, the script celebrates the multifaceted life of a boomtown. Saloons overflow with rough miners betting on horseshoe-bending contests, fiddlers playing lively reels, and the mingling of cultures and classes that defined Virginia City at its peak. The Cartwright brothers' adventures from enjoying the dance to attending the theater allow the audience to experience the town through their eyes, blending excitement with the underlying recognition that such places carry both opportunity and danger. Little Joe's earlier romance with the Paiute princess and the subsequent cultural tensions add another layer of complexity to the social landscape the family must navigate. Thematically, these Virginia City Nights explore the intersection of wealth, culture, and human relationships. Gold fever may build the town, but it is figures like Adah Menken who bring refinement and emotional depth to its rough edges. Ben's growing affection for her raises questions about loneliness, second chances, and the compatibility of frontier life with a woman of the stage. The script treats these themes with sensitivity, never reducing Adah to a stereotype, but presenting her as a complex, resilient woman who has known both triumph and hardship. The writing shines in its ability to move fluidly between broad comedy and more intimate drama. The brothers sneaking out their reactions to the play and the comedic near-hanging of the theater agent provide laughter, while Ben and Adah's conversations offer heartfelt moments of connection. This balance is quintessential Bonanza entertainment that also nourishes the soul. In the historical context of 1960s television, the inclusion of a character based on the real Adah Isaacs Menken was both daring and fitting. Known in her time as a sensational performer who challenged social conventions, her portrayal here allows the series to explore changing roles for women and the clash between Eastern sophistication and Western ruggedness. The respectful treatment of her relationship with Ben reflects the show's commitment to mature storytelling within the Western genre. As the lanterns burn late into the Virginia City night and the echoes of music and laughter fade, the script leaves us with a rich portrait of a town in its exuberant youth. The arrival of Adah Isaacs Menken marks a turning point, intertwining the personal lives of the Cartwrights with the larger drama of the boomtown. Gold may have built Virginia City, but it is human stories of love, redemption, friendship, and conflict that give it lasting soul. These nights in Virginia City pulse with the very lifeblood of the American West: ambition, entertainment, danger, and hope. Through the Cartwright family's experiences, the episode reminds us that even in the wildest boomtowns, the values of honor, family, and genuine human connection remain the true treasures worth protecting. The stage is now set for deeper conflicts and emotional reckonings as old wounds reopen and new bonds are tested under the bright lights and long shadows of Virginia City. Few storylines in this Bonanza episode cut as deeply into the complexities of human relationships as the poignant and turbulent connection between the celebrated actress Adah Isaacs Menken and the fallen prizefighter John C. Reagan. Against the glittering backdrop of Virginia City's newly lit nights, their shared history unfolds like a classic tragedy, laced with tenderness, regret, and the stubborn endurance of old love. The script explores this parallel narrative with remarkable emotional maturity, transforming what might have been mere subplot into a profound examination of loyalty, redemption, abuse, and the quiet strength required to break free from the Kamim's past. Through Adah's vulnerability and Reagan's shattered pride, Bonanza delivers one of its most mature and heartfelt character studies. Adah Isaacs Menken arrives in Virginia City as a figure of glamour and resilience, a woman who has captivated audiences across the country with her daring performances. Yet beneath the stage lights and public acclaim lies a deeply personal struggle. The script reveals her history with Reagan gradually through intimate conversations with Ben Cartwright. She had once helped the then promising boxer when he returned from England broke and finished as a fighter. With generosity born of affection, she gave him everything she had: money, support, and belief in his future. Reagan promised to reform, but old demons proved stronger than his resolve. The writing handles these revelations with sensitivity, painting Adah not as a victim, but as a compassionate woman whose heart has led her into painful territory. John C. Reagan enters the story as a tragic shadow of his former glory. Once the heavyweight champion of the world, or so he claims, with slurred defiance, he is now a broken man whose talent has been drowned in whiskey and whose pride has curdled into bitterness. The script captures his decline with unflinching honesty. In the saloon, Reagan challenges all comers, boasting of his undefeated record and demanding respect long after it has been lost. His brutal beating of the local miner Sledge reveals the dangerous volatility that lingers beneath his drunken bravado. The raw physicality of the fight, combined with the shocked reactions of onlookers, creates a visceral cinematic moment that contrasts sharply with the noble strength embodied by the Cartwright men. The confrontation in Adah's dressing room, and later in her hotel quarters, stands among the episode's most intense and emotionally charged scenes. Reagan bursts in jealous and accusatory, unable to accept that Adah has moved forward with her life. His words drip with resentment as he mocks Ben Cartwright and attempts to reassert control over the woman he still considers his. The script excels here in revealing the complicated nature of their bond. Adah's mixture of pity, lingering affection, and firm resolve creates a heartbreaking portrait of a woman trapped between compassion and self-preservation. She offers him what little she has left, jewels, and a plea to leave town peacefully, not out of weakness, but from a deep understanding of the man he once was and the ruin he has become. Ben Cartwright's involvement adds layers of moral complexity and quiet heroism. As an old friend who clearly harbors deeper feelings for Adah, Ben confronts the situation with characteristic integrity. His desire to protect her stems not from possessive jealousy, but from genuine care and a clear-eyed recognition of Reagan's danger. The script beautifully contrasts Ben's steady, principled masculinity with Reagan's destructive bluster. When Ben proposes marriage to Adah in a moment of sincere affection, it represents a beacon of hope and stability amid the chaos of her past. Yet Adah's hesitation reveals her profound internal conflict, her unwillingness to come between Ben and his beloved sons, and her awareness that half a life of freedom may be all she truly understands. The theme of redemption runs powerfully through this storyline. Reagan, for all his failings, is not portrayed as a simple monster. There are glimpses of the champion he once was, and moments when genuine pain breaks through his anger. His desperate need for respect and his lingering love for Adah make him a tragically human figure. The script invites compassion, even as it condemns his behavior, reflecting Bonanza's nuanced approach to character. Similarly, Adah's strength shines in her refusal to be defined solely by her past mistakes. Her revival of the play Mazeppa represents both artistic resilience and a personal declaration of independence. These scenes also deepen the portrait of Virginia City as more than a gold-crazed mining camp. The arrival of sophisticated theater and the personal dramas unfolding behind closed doors remind us that boomtowns attracted dreamers of all kinds, not just prospectors, but artists, performers, and those seeking second chances, the script uses Adah's story to explore the clash between the rough realities of the frontier and the more refined emotions and ambitions that people carried with them into the West. Throughout, the Cartwright family's concern for their father adds warmth and relatability. Adam's protective intervention, Little Joe's well-meaning but misguided attempt to help, and Hoss's gentle wisdom illustrate the brothers' deep loyalty. Their discomfort with Adah's profession and their eventual recognition of her genuine character mirror the audience's own journey from surface judgment to deeper understanding. This family dynamic prevents the Adah Reagan storyline from becoming too heavy, grounding it in the love and honesty that define the Ponderosa. In the broader historical and cultural context of 1960s television, this subplot was notably bold, portraying a complex romantic relationship involving an actress with a scandalous reputation, alongside themes of domestic strife and personal redemption, pushed the boundaries of the Western genre while remaining true to Bonanza's humanistic heart. The respectful and multidimensional treatment of Adah Isaacs Menken honored the real historical figure while creating a character of genuine depth and agency. The emotional climax of this thread builds toward confrontation and potential healing. Reagan's violence against Little Joe, driven by drunken rage and misplaced jealousy, brings the personal drama crashing into the Cartwright family circle. This act of brutality serves as a turning point, forcing all involved to face the full consequences of unresolved pain and toxic attachment. Through it all, Adah's quiet dignity and Ben's moral courage shine as beacons of hope amid the gathering storm. The actress and the boxer storyline enriches the episode immeasurably by reminding us that the greatest treasures and most painful wounds on the frontier were often found not in the earth, but in the human heart. Adah Menken and John C. Reagan represent the complicated reality of love, its power to elevate and to destroy, its capacity for forgiveness, and its demand for courage. In their tangled history, the script finds profound truth about loyalty, self-worth, and the difficult path toward redemption. As Virginia City's nights continue to glow with the promise of silver and spectacle, this deeply personal drama adds soul-stirring dimension to the larger tale of boom and ambition. It prepares the ground for the powerful confrontations and redemptive moments yet to come, while reinforcing Bonanza's timeless message. True strength lies not in never falling, but in how one rises, protects those they love and chooses honor even when the heart aches with memory. At the center of every great Bonanza story stands Ben Cartwright, the steadfast patriarch whose wisdom, strength, and deep capacity for love anchor the entire series. In this episode, the script offers a particularly moving exploration of Ben's inner world through his growing affection for Adah Isaacs Menken and the tender yet complicated concerns of his sons. Here, the mighty Ponderosa becomes not only a vast empire of land and cattle, but also the stage for a father's quiet longing for companionship after years of devoted duty. The writing delves with sensitivity and emotional honesty into the universal struggle of balancing personal happiness with unwavering responsibility to family, creating some of the episode's most heartfelt and resonant moments. Ben Cartwright has built an empire of over 1,000 square miles of prime timber and grazing land, home to more than 10,000 head of cattle. He has raised 3 remarkable sons through hardship and loss, instilling in them the values of honor, stewardship, and moral courage. Yet beneath his commanding presence lies a profound loneliness that the script reveals with gentle insight. The vastness of the Ponderosa, while a source of pride, can also echo with emptiness when night falls and the day's labors are done. The arrival of Adah Isaacs Menken, an old and cherished friend, stirs something long dormant in Ben's heart. Their reunion glows with genuine warmth and mutual understanding, reminding viewers that even the strongest men yearn for connection and the possibility of shared joy. The supper scene at the Ponderosa stands as a highlight of quiet domestic elegance. Hop Sing prepares a special feast, and Ben hosts Adah with thoughtful care, including her favorite champagne brought all the way from a Boston importer. The script paints this evening with rich sensory detail, the aroma of fine cooking, the soft glow of lamplight on polished wood, and the easy flow of conversation between two people who truly see one another. Adah complements the ranch's beauty and the obvious love Ben holds for his land and sons. Ben in turn speaks with quiet pride of the empire he has built and the fine young men who will one day inherit it. These moments feel intimate and cinematic, allowing the audience to sense the spark of affection growing between them without rushing into melodrama. Yet this budding relationship does not exist in isolation. The script skillfully interweaves Ben's personal feelings with the protective concerns of his sons, creating rich layers of family drama. Adam Hoss and Little Joe notice their father's growing attachment and become troubled. Their intervention, though clumsy at times, stems from deep love and worry rather than mere disapproval. Adam, ever the serious eldest, confronts Adah directly, expressing concern about her way of life and its potential impact on their father. Little Joe attempts a misguided but well-intentioned seduction to show his father the kind of woman she might be, only to receive a memorable lesson in humility and respect. Hoss, with his gentle heart, worries quietly about the unfamiliar world of actresses and the complications they might bring to the stable life of the Ponderosa. Ben's response to his son's concerns reveals the depth of his character as both father and man. When the brothers finally speak to him privately, expressing their fears about Adah's profession and suitability, Ben listens with patience before delivering a firm yet loving rebuke. He reminds them that Adah Menken is all the woman a man could want, and that he is still very much capable of making his own decisions. The script captures this moment with perfect emotional balance. Ben asserts his independence without dismissing his son's feelings, modeling the very maturity he has taught them. His words carry the weight of a man who has known profound loss and understands the preciousness of companionship when it appears. This father-son dynamic forms the emotional core of the episode's domestic storyline. The brothers' protectiveness, while sometimes misguided, reflects the tight-knit bond Ben himself has nurtured. They have grown from boys into strong men under his guidance, and now they seek to shield him as he once shielded them. The script explores this reversal with warmth and gentle humor, showing how family roles evolve while core loyalties remain unchanged. Adam's intellectual seriousness, Hoss's compassionate nature, and Little Joe's impulsive energy each contribute to the family's collective concern, making their intervention feel authentic rather than contrived. The script also uses Ben's affection for Adah to explore broader themes of loneliness and fulfillment on the frontier. In the vast American West, where men often spent years focused solely on survival and building, the question of personal happiness could feel almost indulgent. Ben's willingness to open his heart demonstrates quiet courage, the courage to believe that one can honor past responsibilities while still embracing new possibilities. Adah, for her part, recognizes the depth of Ben's family ties and hesitates to come between him and his sons, revealing her own wisdom and selflessness. Their conversations carry a mature tenderness rarely seen in Western television of the era. Throughout these scenes, the writing maintains a fireside warmth that feels like a conversation with old friends. We sense Ben's steady moral compass, even as his heart opens to new feelings. His proposal to Adah, though ultimately met with thoughtful hesitation, stands as a beautiful declaration of respect and affection. He offers not just marriage, but a place within the Ponderosa family, a home stability, and the kind of enduring love that has defined his life. The script handles this romantic thread with dignity, never allowing it to overshadow the larger themes of honor and family loyalty. The contrast between Ben's personal story and the chaos of Virginia City adds depth to the narrative. While gold fever drives men to frenzy and old grudges like Reagan's threaten violence, Ben remains anchored in principle and genuine emotion. His growing affection for Adah represents hope amid the boomtown's turbulence, a reminder that even in a land of sudden riches and broken dreams, human connection grounded in respect and shared values can offer true fulfillment. In the historical context of 1960s television, Ben Cartwright's portrayal as a father capable of both strength and vulnerability was groundbreaking. Lorne Greene brought immense gravitas and warmth to the role, making Ben a father figure not only to his sons, but to an entire generation of viewers. This episode showcases that range beautifully, allowing the audience to see the man behind the legend, a widower who has raised 3 sons alone, built an empire through honest labor, and still possesses the capacity for deep romantic affection. The family concerns raised by Adam Hoss and Little Joe ultimately strengthen rather than weaken the Cartwright bond. Through honest conversation and mutual respect, they navigate this new chapter together. Ben's patient guidance helps his sons mature in their understanding of love and happiness, while their honest feedback reminds Ben of the precious family he has built. This interplay exemplifies Bonanza's greatest strength, the portrayal of family as both sanctuary and catalyst for growth. As the episode moves toward its more dramatic confrontations, Ben's father's heart remains the emotional compass. His concern for Adah's safety, his protective instincts toward his injured son, and his unwavering moral leadership all flow from the same deep well of love and responsibility. The script weaves these elements seamlessly, creating a rich portrait of a man who embodies the best qualities of the American West: strength tempered by compassion, ambition balanced by wisdom, and personal desire guided by duty to family. Ben Cartwright's growing affection for Adah Isaacs Menken and the family concerns it awakens represent some of the most human and touching moments in this episode. They remind us that even the mightiest patriarchs have hearts that yearn for companionship, and that true family strength lies in navigating such changes with honesty, respect, and love. Through Ben's journey, the script celebrates the enduring power of the human heart to seek connection while honoring the sacred bonds of family that define the Ponderosa. In the golden age of television westerns, few characters have captured the American imagination quite like Ben Cartwright. His father's heart, steady and true, continues to inspire viewers more than half a century later, proving that the greatest legacies are built not only on land and wealth, but on the quiet courage to love deeply and lead wisely. The deep bonds of the Cartwright family shine most brightly when they face potential threats to their unity, and few moments in this episode illustrate that truth more vividly than the protective intervention of Adam and little Joe on behalf of their father. Concerned about Ben's growing affection for Adah Isaacs Menken, the two brothers take matters into their own hands in ways that are both touching and comically misguided, revealing the fierce loyalty that defines the Cartwrights while highlighting their individual personalities. The script handles these scenes with a perfect blend of humor, tension, and heartfelt emotion, turning what could have been simple interference into a rich exploration of family love, generational differences, and the challenges of watching a parent open their heart to new possibilities. The brothers' concern begins simmering after observing Ben's attentive behavior toward Adah. When they learn that their father has moved into the international house to be closer to her, and that the two have shared intimate suppers and champagne, Adam and little Joe become genuinely worried. Adam, with his serious intellect and protective nature, sees potential danger in Adah's profession and complicated past. Little Joe, ever the impulsive romantic, believes a more direct approach is needed. Their decision to intervene stems not from disapproval of their father's happiness, but from a deep-seated desire to shield him from possible heartbreak or scandal. The script captures this motivation beautifully, showing how the son's love for Ben manifests in action, however imperfect. Adam's confrontation with Adah backstage after the performance is one of the episode's most compelling dramatic exchanges. Approaching her with characteristic directness, Adam expresses the family's reservations about her way of life and its potential impact on Ben. He speaks for his brothers as well, making clear that they view their father's well-being as their collective responsibility. The writing here is sharp and emotionally layered. Adah responds with dignity and insight, challenging Adam on when exactly he decided she was a bad woman, whether upon seeing her with Ben or upon seeing her on stage. This powerful dialogue forces Adam to confront his own prejudices and protective instincts. The scene crackles with tension, yet maintains a core of mutual respect, illustrating Bonanza's strength in portraying mature conversations about complex relationships. Little Joe's intervention, by contrast, is pure youthful audacity mixed with good intentions. Believing that a red-blooded man might better demonstrate Adah's true nature to their father, he cleans up, puts on his best clothes, and arrives at her hotel room with champagne, flowers, and smooth compliments courtesy of Mr. Cartwright. The script delights in this comedic sequence, as little Joe attempts to charm Adah, only to find himself completely outmatched. Adah quickly sees through his ploy and delivers a memorable lesson, turning the tables with wit and authority. Little Joe's flustered explanations and eventual sincere apology reveal his good heart beneath the bravado. The moment when Adah reveals that Ben moved into the hotel primarily to protect her from John C. Reagan adds crucial context, transforming little Joe's embarrassment into genuine understanding and respect. These brotherly efforts, though they create awkward situations, ultimately strengthen the family. The script uses them to explore the delicate balance between protection and respect for parental autonomy. Adam's intellectual approach and Little Joe's more personal romantic tactic complement each other, showing how the brothers' different temperaments work together even when pursuing the same goal. Their concern reflects the tight-knit nature of the Cartwright household, where each member feels personally responsible for the other's happiness and safety. Ben, upon learning of their actions, responds with the patient wisdom that defines his character, gently reminding his sons that he is still very much capable of guiding his own life while appreciating their love. The intervention storyline also deepens the portrait of Adah Isaacs Menken. Through her interactions with the brothers, she emerges as a woman of strength, intelligence, and compassion. She handles Adam's confrontation with grace and Little Joe's misguided charm with both firmness and kindness. Her willingness to explain her situation without bitterness reveals a mature perspective on life and love. The script treats her with dignity, avoiding simplistic judgments about her profession or past, and instead celebrating her resilience and genuine affection for Ben. These scenes are rich with thematic depth. They explore the universal experience of children worrying about a parent's new relationship, the challenges of blending different worlds, the rugged ponderosa, and the sophisticated stage, and the enduring power of family loyalty. In the context of the gold rush boomtown, where fortunes and lives change rapidly, the Cartwrights' concern for one another stands as a stabilizing force. The script contrasts the chaotic opportunism of Virginia City with the steady, principled love that binds Ben and his sons, reinforcing the series' core message that family is the true foundation of a meaningful life. Cinematically, the intervention sequences offer wonderful visual and emotional variety. Adam's backstage confrontation carries the intimate tension of a dressing room drama, with costumes and theatrical props providing a colorful backdrop. Little Joe's hotel room visit pulses with comedic energy, the nervous delivery of champagne, the awkward attempts at seduction, and the sudden shift to sincere conversation. One can easily imagine the warm lamplight, the scent of flowers, and the shifting expressions on the characters' faces as misunderstandings give way to understanding. The brothers' protective efforts also serve as a bridge to the more serious confrontations involving John C. Reagan. Their actions heighten the emotional stakes, making Reagan's later violence against Little Joe feel even more shocking and personal. By establishing the family's deep investment in Ben's happiness and Adah's well-being, the script makes the subsequent drama more impactful and emotionally resonant. In the broader arc of the episode, these interventions highlight the evolving dynamics within the Cartwright family. The sons, now grown men, are beginning to see their father not only as an authority figure, but as a man with his own needs and desires. Ben, in turn, navigates their concerns with love and firmness, modeling the very maturity he hopes they will continue to develop. This generational interplay gives the story genuine heart and prevents the romantic subplot from feeling detached from the family-centered core of Bonanza. The writing in this section demonstrates the series' masterful balance of humor and drama. Little Joe's misadventure provides welcome comic relief, while Adam's more serious approach adds weight and insight. Together, they create a rich emotional tapestry that celebrates the imperfect but unbreakable nature of family love. Even when the brothers stumble in their protective efforts, their intentions remain pure, rooted in the values Ben has instilled in them throughout their lives. As the episode moves toward its climax, the brothers' interventions leave a lasting impression. They remind us that true family loyalty sometimes means stepping in when we worry for those we love, even at the risk of embarrassment or conflict. Through Adam and Little Joe's actions, the script explores the beautiful complexity of growing up within a close family, learning when to protect, when to trust, and when to simply stand beside one another. The protective efforts of Adam and Little Joe stand as a testament to the enduring strength of the Cartwright bond. In their sometimes clumsy but always heartfelt attempts to safeguard their father's happiness, they embody the very best of what Bonanza celebrated: a family willing to face any challenge together with love as their guiding compass. Their story adds warmth, humor, and profound humanity to an already rich episode, reinforcing why the Cartwrights continue to hold such a special place in the hearts of viewers across generations. In the shadowed underbelly of Virginia City's glittering nights, the destructive power of unchecked jealousy and wounded pride erupts with devastating force, marking one of the most emotionally charged and dramatically intense sequences in this Bonanza episode. John C. Reagan's simmering rage toward Adah Isaacs Menken and Ben Cartwright boils over into brutal violence, with the innocent and impulsive little Joe becoming the tragic victim. The script handles this turning point with raw power and moral clarity, transforming personal vendetta into a profound exploration of the consequences of bitterness, the strength of family in crisis, and the thin line between a man's past glory and his present ruin. These scenes strike deep, reminding us why Bonanza excelled at blending high-stakes drama with heartfelt human emotion. The tension has been building steadily. Reagan, once a celebrated heavyweight champion, now a broken, drunken shadow of his former self, cannot accept Adah's desire to move forward with her life. His jealousy, fueled by whiskey and long-held resentment, finds its target when he learns of Ben Cartwright's growing affection for Adah and the protective presence of the Cartwright sons. The script captures Reagan's dissent with unflinching honesty. His earlier saloon brawl already hinted at the danger he represents, but it is in the aftermath of the theater performance and hotel encounters that his rage reaches its breaking point. The brutal beating of little Joe unfolds with shocking suddenness and visceral impact. Believing the youngest Cartwright son had been involved with Adah, Reagan unleashes years of frustration and humiliation in a savage assault. The script describes the violence with restraint yet undeniable force, the heavy blows landing the sickening impact, and little Joe's inability to defend himself against a man of Reagan's size and lingering skill. The aftermath is heart-rending. Little Joe is left severely injured, carried back to the hotel, where the family gathers in alarm. The concern over the deep gash above his eye, and the possibility of permanent damage to his vision, creates a moment of genuine terror for the Cartwrights. One can almost hear the urgent voices, feel the tension in the room, and sense the fear gripping Ben as he tends to his youngest son. This act of violence serves as a powerful catalyst, pulling the various storylines together. The script masterfully contrasts Reagan's uncontrolled fury with the measured strength and unity of the Cartwright family. Ben's immediate response, rushing to his son's side, his voice steady but filled with paternal anguish, reaffirms his role as the moral and emotional anchor. Adam and Hoss spring into action with characteristic resolve, their protective instincts now fully ignited. The family's collective concern for little Joe transforms personal worry into righteous determination, setting the stage for the inevitable confrontation with Reagan. The writing here excels at exploring the theme of jealousy in its most destructive form. Reagan is not merely a villain, but a tragic figure whose fall from greatness has poisoned his soul. His inability to accept responsibility for his own failures leads him to lash out at those who represent the stability and honor he has lost. The script invites a measure of understanding for the broken champion, even as it condemns his actions, maintaining the nuanced character work that distinguishes Bonanza from lesser westerns. Adah's complex feelings toward Reagan, a mixture of lingering pity, old affection, and firm rejection, add further emotional depth, highlighting the painful reality that love can sometimes bind people long after it should have ended. Little Joe's suffering becomes a crucible for family growth. The scene where Ben gently asks his injured son to blink if he can see carries tremendous emotional weight. The relief when little Joe responds, however weakly, is palpable, underscoring the profound love that binds father and sons. This moment of vulnerability humanizes little Joe, further the fiery romantic young man who so recently danced with a Paiute princess now lies injured because of his family's protective efforts. His ordeal strengthens, rather than weakens, the Cartwright bond, reminding viewers that true family endures through shared pain as well as shared joy. Thematically, this sequence deepens the episode's exploration of honor versus violence. Reagan's brutal attack stands in stark opposition to the Cartwright Code, a code that values justice tempered by mercy, strength used in defense rather than domination. Ben's refusal to simply shoot the unarmed Reagan, even in the heat of righteous anger, showcases his moral clarity. Instead, he offers the fallen fighter a chance at fair confrontation, embodying the frontier ideal of measured justice. This approach elevates the story beyond simple revenge, turning it into a meditation on what it truly means to be a man of honor. In the broader context of 1960s television, such a raw depiction of violence and its consequences was handled with notable sophistication. Bonanza used moments like this not for gratuitous spectacle, but to examine the human cost of personal failings and the redemptive power of family and community. The injury to little Joe raises the stakes dramatically. forcing every character to confront their choices and responsibilities in the face of real suffering. The visual and emotional power of these scenes would have translated magnificently to the screen. One imagines the dim lighting of the hotel room, the worried faces illuminated by lantern glow, the sound of urgent footsteps, and the quiet strength in Ben's voice as he comforts his son. The script's transcribed dialogue retains its dramatic urgency, even in raw form, allowing the reader to feel the panic, the love, and the gathering resolve of the Cartwright family. This violent turning point also intertwines beautifully with the larger themes of the episode. Just as gold fever reveals the greed hidden in men's hearts, Reagan's rage exposes the destructive potential of unresolved pain and pride. The contrast between the chaotic energy of Virginia City and the steadfast unity of the Ponderosa grows even sharper, reinforcing the series' celebration of family as sanctuary amid frontier turbulence. Through the brothers' protective efforts and the terrible price Little Joe pays, the script deepens our investment in the Cartwrights. We feel their fear, their anger, and their determination to see justice done, while remaining true to their principles. Adam's intellect, Hoss's gentle strength, and Little Joe's resilient spirit all come into play as the family unites against this new threat. Ben's leadership in this crisis reaffirms why he remains one of television's most beloved fathers, a man who guides not through fear, but through example, love, and unyielding moral courage. The jealousy and violence unleashed by Reagan mark a dark but necessary chapter in the episode's emotional journey. They test the Cartwright family's values and bonds, ultimately strengthening them. As Little Joe lies recovering, and the confrontation with Reagan looms, the script builds toward powerful reckonings that will explore forgiveness, justice, redemption, and the enduring power of love in its many forms. In the golden age of television, Western's few scenes captured the human cost of violence and the healing power of family as effectively as this sequence. It stands as a testament to Bonanza's ability to deliver gripping drama while never losing sight of the heart at the center of every story. The brutal beating of Little Joe does more than raise the stakes. It illuminates the profound love that defines the Cartwrights and the quiet courage required to face darkness without becoming consumed by it. As Virginia City's nights grow darker and tensions reach their peak, the family's response to this act of violence reaffirms everything that makes the Ponderosa a beacon of hope and honor in the American West. Through pain and anger, the Cartwrights continue to choose the path of justice and humanity, setting the stage for the redemptive confrontations yet to come. In one of the most emotionally powerful climaxes of this Bonanza episode, the gathering storm of jealousy, violence, and unresolved pain finally breaks in a raw, unforgettable confrontation between Ben Cartwright and John C. Reagan. Here, the script reaches its dramatic zenith, weaving together the personal stakes of love, the protective fury of a father, and the possibility of redemption, even for a broken man. What begins as righteous anger over the brutal beating of Little Joe evolves into a profound meditation on the power of love, the cost of pride, and the quiet strength required to choose mercy over vengeance. Through this masterful sequence, Bonanza once again demonstrates why it stood above other westerns of its era, delivering not mere action, but deeply human drama that resonates long after the final scene. The news of Little Joe's severe beating strikes the Cartwright family like a thunderbolt. Lying injured in the hotel with a deep gash threatening his vision, Little Joe represents the innocent victim of Reagan's displaced rage. Ben's reaction is immediate and visceral. The steady patriarch, who has faced countless dangers on the Ponderosa, now confronts a threat that has struck at the heart of his family. The script captures his controlled fury beautifully. Rather than rushing in with guns blazing, Ben moves with deliberate moral purpose. He arranges for Little Joe's care, comforts his son with gentle strength, and then sets out to face Reagan directly. This measured response exemplifies the Cartwright Code justice, tempered by honor, strength guided by principle. The confrontation itself unfolds with gripping intensity. Ben finds Reagan and issues a clear challenge rooted in both personal grievance and moral authority. He offers the fallen fighter a chance at a fair fight, refusing to shoot an unarmed man even in the heat of justified anger. The script builds tremendous tension in this moment. Reagan, still defiant, despite his broken state, accepts the challenge, seeing in Ben the embodiment of everything he has lost: stability, respect, and the love of a woman like Adah. Their physical clash is rendered with powerful authenticity. Ben, though older and not a professional fighter, fights with the determined strength of a man protecting his family and the woman he loves. The blows exchanged carry the weight of larger themes, the clash between honor and bitterness, between a life well lived and one squandered. Interwoven with the physical confrontation is the emotional reckoning involving Adah. Her complex feelings toward Reagan reach their peak as she witnesses the fight. The script handles her role with great sensitivity. She does not simply abandon the man from her past, but shows compassion even as she chooses a different future. Her plea for Ben not to interfere earlier, followed by her presence during the climax, reveals a woman caught between old loyalties and new hope. When she finally intervenes to help the defeated Reagan, offering comfort in his moment of utter brokenness, it becomes one of the episode's most moving displays of human empathy. The writing avoids easy sentimentality, instead portraying redemption as a difficult, painful process rather than a simple resolution. Ben's proposal of marriage to Adah earlier in the story gains even greater significance in this climax. It represents his willingness to build a new chapter, despite the complications and dangers surrounding her. The script uses this romantic thread to explore the redemptive power of love, not as naive escape, but as a courageous choice to create stability and joy amid chaos. Adah's thoughtful hesitation, born of her desire not to come between Ben and his sons, adds depth and realism. Their relationship stands in beautiful contrast to the toxic bond she shares with Reagan, highlighting how genuine love uplifts while destructive attachment destroys. The resolution of the confrontation carries profound thematic weight. Ben defeats Reagan not merely through physical strength, but through moral superiority and the support of his family. Adam Hoss and the recovering little Joe stand united with their father, their presence reinforcing the idea that true power lies in family loyalty. Reagan, humbled and broken, is left in Adah's care. The script grants him a measure of dignity in defeat, suggesting that even the most fallen soul may yet find a path toward redemption, however long and difficult. This nuanced ending reflects Bonanza's humanistic worldview, one that believes in justice without cruelty and in the possibility of change even for deeply flawed characters. Throughout this sequence, the script excels at blending high drama with intimate character moments. Ben's tenderness toward his injured son, his steady courage in facing Reagan, and his sincere affection for Adah create a rich emotional tapestry. The writing paints these scenes with vivid cinematic detail: the tension-filled streets of Virginia City, the sounds of struggle, the worried faces of onlookers, and the quiet aftermath where healing begins. Even in its transcribed form, the emotional impact remains powerful, allowing the reader to feel the full weight of the characters' journeys. Thematically, this confrontation and its redemptive aftermath tie together the episode's major threads. The greed unleashed by the Comstock load finds its parallel in the destructive jealousy of Reagan. The cultural tensions with the Paiutes echo the need for understanding and restraint in human relationships. And through it all, the Cartwright family's unwavering commitment to honor, protection, and compassion shines as the moral heart of the story. Ben's actions reaffirm his role as the steadfast guardian of not only the Ponderosa, but of the values that make life on the frontier meaningful. In the historical context of 1960s television, such a sophisticated exploration of love, violence, and redemption was groundbreaking for the Western genre. Bonanza consistently elevated its storytelling by focusing on the human heart rather than simple gunplay. This episode exemplifies that approach, using the dramatic confrontation to delve into universal questions about forgiveness, personal responsibility, and the healing power of genuine love. The power of love emerges as the ultimate victor in this chapter. It is love that drives Ben to protect Adah and his sons. It is love that allows Adah to show compassion to Reagan, even as she chooses a different path. It is love that binds the Cartwright brothers together in crisis. The script celebrates this force not as weakness, but as the greatest strength a person can possess, the courage to care deeply in a harsh world. As the dust settles on the confrontation, the episode leaves us with a profound sense of catharsis and hope. Little Joe begins to recover, the family remains united, and Ben's relationship with Adah holds the promise of future happiness. Reagan, though defeated, is not destroyed, suggesting that redemption remains possible for those willing to seek it. This balanced resolution feels deeply satisfying, honoring the complexity of human emotion while reaffirming the series' optimistic belief in the triumph of honor and love. The confrontation between Ben Cartwright and John C. Reagan stands as one of the most memorable and thematically rich sequences in this episode. It encapsulates everything that makes Bonanza enduringly powerful: masterful character, work moral depth, emotional honesty, and the celebration of family as the ultimate source of strength. Through jealousy, violence, and ultimate redemption, the script delivers a stirring reminder of the power of love to heal even the deepest wounds and guide men through the darkest nights of the American West. In the golden age of television, few scenes captured the human spirit with such grace and power. As Ben Cartwright faces his adversary and chooses the harder path of honor, he reaffirms why he remains one of the most beloved fathers in the history of American storytelling, a man whose heart is as vast and steadfast as the Ponderosa itself. No discussion of this remarkable Bonanza episode would be complete without celebrating the brilliant characterization that brings its rich story to vivid life. At the heart of every great Western tale told on the Ponderosa stands the Cartwright family, four distinct and deeply human individuals whose strengths, flaws, and unbreakable bond create television magic that has endured for generations. In this episode, the script showcases the character brilliance of Ben Adam Hoss and Little Joe with exceptional depth, allowing each man to shine in moments both grand and intimate. Through their interactions with Henry T.P. Comstock, the Paiute people, the gold-crazed world of Virginia City, and the complicated drama surrounding Adah Isaacs Menken, the Cartwrights once again prove why they remain among the most beloved families in the history of American television. Ben Cartwright stands as the unwavering moral and emotional foundation of the entire narrative. Portrayed with commanding yet warm authority, Ben embodies the ideal of the frontier patriarch. His deep commitment to the land, his vow to protect the Ponderosa from exploitation, and his measured response to Comstock's antics reveal a man of principle and foresight. Yet it is in his personal life that Ben's character reaches new heights of brilliance. His growing affection for Adah Isaacs Menken exposes a tender, vulnerable side beneath the strong exterior. The script allows us to see a man who has built an empire and raised 3 sons through hardship, yet still possesses the courage to open his heart to the possibility of love and companionship. His handling of the confrontation with John C. Reagan showcases his finest qualities: moral courage, restraint, and the wisdom to offer justice without descending into cruelty. Ben does not simply defeat his adversary. He upholds the values he has taught his sons, proving that true leadership flows from both strength and compassion. Adam Cartwright, the eldest son, brings intellectual depth and serious responsibility to every scene. His marksmanship in the opening sequence, his watchful skepticism toward Comstock, and his direct confrontation with Adah demonstrate a mind that analyzes situations carefully before acting. Adam serves as the family's voice of caution and reason, particularly when concerns arise about their father's relationship. His backstage conversation with Adah is a masterclass in protective intellect, firm yet respectful, challenging without being cruel. Throughout the episode, Adam's character brilliance lies in his ability to balance duty with growth. He learns from his interactions, softens his judgments, and ultimately stands beside his father and brothers with unwavering loyalty. In the golden age of television, Adam represented the thoughtful, progressive Western hero who used his mind as powerfully as his gun. Hoss Cartwright, the gentle giant of the family, provides the emotional heart and surprising tenderness that makes the Cartwrights so relatable. Often the voice of kindness and practicality, Hoss worries about stirring up the Paiutes, shows tolerance toward Comstock's tall tales, and offers quiet support during family crises. His physical strength is formidable, yet it is his compassionate nature that defines him. Whether comforting his injured younger brother, or standing ready to defend family honor without unnecessary violence, Hoss embodies the idea that true power lies in restraint and empathy. The script gives him several quietly beautiful moments that highlight his role as the emotional glue holding the brothers together. In a genre often dominated by stoic toughness, Hoss's gentle heart and surprising sensitivity offered audiences a different, deeply appealing model of Western masculinity. Little Joe Cartwright brings fiery spirit, youthful energy, and romantic idealism to the story. His impulsive romance with the Paiute princess Saratucci injects charm and cultural tension into the episode, revealing both his passionate nature and his capacity for growth. Little Joe's well-meaning but misguided attempt to intervene in his father's relationship provides comic relief while demonstrating his deep love for Ben. The brutal beating he suffers at Reagan's hands becomes a pivotal moment that tests his resilience and strengthens family unity. Through it all, Little Joe's character shines with authenticity, impulsive yet sincere, quick-tempered yet quick to learn. Michael Landon's portrayal infused the role with charisma and heart, making Little Joe the spark that often drives the family's adventures, while never diminishing the seriousness of his growth. The true brilliance of the Cartwright characters lies not only in their individual strengths, but in how perfectly they complement one another. The script weaves their personalities together with masterful precision. When facing Comstock's schemes, the brothers work as a coordinated team, each contributing his unique talents. During the Paiute incident, their collective sense of honor and respect resolves a potentially explosive situation. In the Adah Menken storyline, their protective instincts, though sometimes clumsy, reveal the depth of their love for their father. And in the climactic confrontation with Reagan, they unite as a formidable force bound by shared values and blood. This family dynamic creates an emotional richness rarely matched in television westerns, making the Ponderosa feel like a real home, filled with complex, loving relationships. The writing in this episode demonstrates exceptional understanding of long-running characters. After many seasons, the Cartwrights could easily have become caricatures. Yet here they feel fresh and fully alive. The script gives each man meaningful moments that both honor their established traits and allow for subtle growth. Ben's willingness to consider a new chapter in his life, Adam's confrontation with his own prejudices, Hoss's steadfast compassion, and Little Joe's movement from impulsiveness toward greater maturity all add layers to characters audiences already knew and loved. In the historical context of 1960s television, the Cartwright family represented something profoundly important. At a time of rapid social change, they offered a vision of American values rooted in family loyalty, moral courage, respect for the land, and compassionate strength. Their portrayal avoided simplistic heroism, instead showing men who struggled with real emotions, made mistakes, and learned from one another. This nuanced approach helped Bonanza connect with millions of viewers across different generations and backgrounds, creating a cultural phenomenon that transcended the Western genre. The performances that brought these characters to life were nothing short of brilliant. Lorne Greene's commanding yet warm presence, as Ben Purnell Roberts' intelligent intensity, as Adam Dan Blocker's endearing gentleness, as Hoss and Michael Landon's charismatic fire, as Little Joe created an ensemble that felt utterly authentic. Even in this transcribed script, form their voices ring, clear Ben's measured wisdom, Adam's thoughtful cadence, Hoss's good-natured rumble, and Little Joe's youthful energy. The writing honors their talents by giving them rich material that showcases both dramatic range and subtle emotional truth. The enduring strength of Ben Adam Hoss and Little Joe lies in their humanity. They are not flawless icons, but real men, navigating the challenges of the frontier and the complexities of the human heart. Their unity in the face of gold fever, cultural tensions, personal romance, and violent threats reaffirms the series' central message: family is the greatest treasure of all. Through their individual brilliance and collective power, the Cartwrights continue to inspire audiences with the timeless ideals of honor, loyalty, courage, and love. As this episode draws toward its conclusion, the character work stands as its greatest achievement. The Cartwrights do not merely resolve the various conflicts, they illuminate them with their distinct personalities and shared values. In doing so, they remind us why Bonanza captured the American soul so completely. They represent the best of what the West could be: strong, yet compassionate; independent, yet deeply connected; flawed, yet striving always toward greater wisdom and justice. The brilliance of these four characters ensures that this episode, like the series itself, remains timeless. Their enduring strength continues to welcome viewers back to the mighty Ponderosa, where the spirit of the American West lives on through the hearts and actions of one remarkable family.